Welcome to Counter Programming Saturday. Everybody else is talking about DC. So we're just going to talk about whatever comes up. Hope everybody's having a good afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is where you is. My name is Tom. Rob is MIA. I have no idea where he is. Probably a buffet somewhere. With me is Steve Kenobi. How you doing?
Hi, doing quite well.
Hello there, as he usually says. He didn't say it, though.
Oh, sorry. Hello there.
I think everybody expects it at this point. Oh, we may have some people stumbling drunk. Who knows? But no real set topic offhand. Like I said, I seen everybody's talking about the DC business. And we set up a stream. We're like, you know what? We're going to talk about anything but, I think. So hopefully not everybody came in here to hear about that. I think there's more than enough people who love that stuff and are into it. And they're, overly excited about it. So if you want to hear what they have to say, go for it. No hard feelings there. And again, we all pretty much are in agreement. And Stieg, I think, said the same thing that we feel here is like, great. Hope everybody enjoys it. I wasn't a huge fan of the Snyderverse to that point anyway, so I expect it to be better than anything we've gotten so far. But there's somebody here. Teresa, how you doing, Miss Martin Muses?
Hello, Tom. Hello.
Hi.
We were just talking a little bit about the Snyder stuff, and then we're going to move on from that because that's what we're doing, is not talking about that. That's the only topic I have. But I know you're a little bit of a fan. Hey, we also have Ord's board here. Hello, Ord.
What's up, everybody?
Did you get a chance to see the trailer, Teresa?
Oh, yes, the leaked one, right?
Well, I think it's actually been officially released now.
It literally just dropped like a few minutes ago. Like I recorded a live reaction to it as it was going live, but I wasn't really happy with it. So I'm going to go back and just break it down instead of chop it up into parts so I don't get a copyright with it. But I did see it this morning. I was on Fatal J's channel this morning, and it did get leaked this morning for 20 minutes, and then
I saw it this morning.
Okay, cool.
But I was just going to ask Teresa how she felt about it because I knew she was kind of looking forward to it.
Well, I haven't had a chance to actually sit down and watch it. I just got very amused by Zack Snyder's tweet responding to that Scott jerk, whoever his name is.
Mendelsohn?
Yes, how he trashed it, and he said something very snarky.
Was that after it leaked? This guy had said something about
it? Yeah, Scott Mendelsohn had said something snarky about it, and Zack Snyder snarked back. Well, the original one was more for children. This is for adults, and thank you for your commentary on a leaked trailer. So that was all I knew about it. I thought that was smacking him around.
I mean, what I loved about that trailer was the fact that everything in it you didn't see. There was no footage from Wheaton's at all.
Not really, yeah.
And I don't think there was any. And I think his cut doesn't have any of Wheaton's footage in it either. His whole cut.
As far as I know, yeah, that may be the case. You're right.
But 4 hour-long parts is how they're going to be doing it.
Yep. And then overseas, it's going to be released as a single film. Wow. But yeah, I kind of actually started this as more of a counter programming to the DC thing, since everybody's already talking about it.
Yeah,
we figure we'll talk about something else.
Sounds good to me.
Captain Harris sent in $5. Thank you so much. Said, so this stream is all Brie Larson, Kurtzman, and Kathleen Kennedy. As long as there's Congo, I'm game. You never know.
I'm down for a good round of Congo.
Congo's underrated.
It is a bit underrated.
Hi, Stieg.
Yeah. Hi, Ords.
Dude, so I've been drinking this single malt Viking scotch. It's amazing. Sorry, I haven't talked to Stieg in forever today.
No, that's cool. I haven't talked to you in forever, Ords. And Teresa, it's been a little spell, too.
Yeah.
About a week or so.
Yeah.
Too long.
So what did you want us to talk about, Tom?
Stieg wanted to talk about frozen poop. And I'm like, I'm not so sure about that.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. No, actually, he brought up an interesting topic we could probably start with anyway. Hang on here. Sorry.
I like that I just said it 20 minutes ago and he has to look it up.
Well, I had to answer something real quick. That was my fault. Well, I wanted to, it's, the way you worded it, I mean, it's more or less, but no, basically what you said, how kids grew up in the 80s and 90s, and you said how they will never have entertainment like we did. Is that what you said, basically, Steve?
Well, basically, experiences, I guess.
Yeah.
Compared to what kids have today, it's so different, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying worse or better, but it's very, very different because everything today seems to be online and involving screens.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. Well, it was a different world in the 80s. We had just gotten VCR, and that was like living in the literal space age. That was as advanced as we had it. If we wanted to see something, we had to go to the cinema. And if we wanted to see it again, we had to go to the cinema again.
Or wait for it to come on TV, yeah.
Yeah, or wait for it to come on TV and then maybe record it while it was on TV.
Well, even then you were missing some things. I mean, it's always modified from its original version to fit the TV format.
Exactly, yeah. And they would be edited. In a way, I think that what we got out of it was going to the cinema, and movies were more of an event.
Yes.
Yeah, and actually renting a movie with friends was an event too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you picked a shit movie, your street cred was done.
You know, it's funny how we sit there and and this is everybody. So, and I know at least maybe not everybody, but at least most people I know have had the same problem, and I've had it myself. You sit there on Netflix and you waste 3 hours trying to figure out what the fuck you're going to watch.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we walked into a video store, we knew we had to figure out right now what the hell it was we already knew what it was we were going in for.
Typically, yeah, you know what it was.
Because our parents were like, get in there and get the fuck out. You know, it's like, we're not 15 minutes yet, so I got to curb my language here a little bit. But yeah, they're like, pick it out. Let's go. Come on. Chop, chop. We got shit to do. You know?
Yeah, and even the covers of the VHS movies were important. Because if it had a cool cover, we'd just assume it was a good movie.
Oh, we got duped by so many covers as kids.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
How many horror movies did we expect to have so many cool things in them that were never in the movies?
Well, I mean, like you guys were saying, like going to the store. I remember like gathering all your friends. Like it's a Friday night. You're 15, 16 years old. Your buddy's got the car for the Friday night. You guys drive all the way out to the movie store. You go in. Y'all pick out a movie, maybe a video game to rent for a couple of days, and then you hung out all weekend long, watched your movies, played your video games, and then it was somebody's responsibility to return to movies on Monday, and they never got returned. So then your buddy had a lay feed at his other buddy, may go skyrocket because he never returned in the movie. So the movie store was so fun. It was like with my grandmother, like when I was little. Anytime I stayed at her house, it was like, all right, we're going to the video outlet, and then we're going to get Dairy Queen, get some ice cream back in the day. And like, that was my experience with like movie stores or the, video store, the rental places is a great night with, family and friends.
Yeah. And Thanatos Felicitas, he says, or she, sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I don't want to assume anybody's gender. Sends $5. Thank you so much. Says it's called the paradox of choice. Intriguing concept. Yes, that is very true. I've heard of that. It's brought on by the fact that whether or not Netflix has more or less choices than the video store is used to, it's more or less the fact that you're not timed by your choice. Like you don't feel like, you have to choose something now. Kind of thing, because you can watch it anytime.
Well, that's the other thing too. If you didn't get to the movie store fast enough, that new release, you weren't gonna rent that thing.
Well, and that's the thing, is you're on a clock as soon as you get that rental. Hey, Script, how you doing?
Hi, Script.
I'm doing well. I just finished recording my audio for my video. I thought it was gonna take another hour, but no, everything sounded pretty good. So yeah, how's it going, everybody?
What's up, Script, my boy?
Mm-hmm.
Ords, loved your video on Parks and Rec. One of my favorite shows, man.
Thanks,
We're talking
man.
about anything but DC.
I wish it'd get more views. But I love Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah, it's way better than The Office in my opinion.
Cool.
Well, Gary, how you doing?
I'll be honest, man. It took a while for the show to kind of get up. Like I remember watching the first few episodes and being like, I don't know. And then a couple years later, I was like, all right, I'm gonna sit down and actually give it a legit try. And then by the end of the first season, I couldn't get enough.
Oh yeah.
Can't get enough of you, baby.
Oh, Ron Swanson like kind of hooks in like the masculine viewers, and then Leslie Knope just kind of hits the charm.
Yeah. Every character has some kind of redeeming like quality to it.
Jerry, Larry, Gary is awesome.
I love that. Oh my god, dude! And like, it's funny because like his character really like he really wins. If you really think about it, because there's the scene where he's in the doctor and he walks out and he's all good to go, and the doctor's like, "That man literally has the largest penis I've ever seen." Like, and you're like,
And he's
"Oh,
married to
that's
the girl from National Lampoon's Vacation, the one that Chevy Chase never scores with."
right."
Is
Right.
that isn't that not McPherson, or was it McPherson?
No.
The other one.
I'm having a blank too, but he's like, yeah, his wife's super hot and stuff, and like,
yeah, and his daughters are gorgeous.
and outside of work, he's like totally perfect. Like, there was a few episodes where he like knocked something off and then caught it with his hand. He's like, oh, and then people are looking at him like, is this the same guy at work who like
Christy Brinkley? That's who it was.
That's yes, good call on that one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tina.
But yeah, no, man, he gets that one up on everybody, and it's like one of those small moments in the show that if you aren't paying attention, you will miss it. And he kind of wins, man.
Oh yeah, he has a life. He loves his life too, so it's even better, right?
Yeah.
We got a couple super chats. Cesario JPN, or I think that's
Cesario JPN.
Cesario. Okay. I miss the video rental stores, and yes, sometimes the covers were misleading. Hot girls with big titties on the cover. Video is about Ford Pinto.
Yes.
And there's one chick in it, flat chested.
Yeah, well, how many video covers are there of just it's a pair of good-looking legs split on the cover, and then in between the legs is like a group of kids or what have you in various like issues.
Oh, that's the best.
I'll tell you this. I when I had my video store, we'd get those preview copies. I started to wonder sometimes why they would ever send those out, because half the time they would be like, if I didn't need this movie because I know people would want to watch it, I would never get this movie after watching it. It sucks. Like, I don't know how you're trying to sell this. It's not helping.
It's like shooting yourself in the foot. Like,
exactly.
View this crappy movie so you can buy more of this crappy movie. It was great.
Yeah.
But you see, we didn't have YouTube and all that back then, where
Yep.
we could like illegally get a preview or have someone else immediately tell us what it was all about. We wouldn't know it sucked until we'd already paid for it, had our folks drive us home, we pop it in and find out it sucks, and by then it's too late.
Yeah,
But I
see,
think that's kind of curious, like, or at least I think that kind of speaks to what I think Stieg was trying to bring up with the topic. How often were we really disappointed by movies in the 80s, really?
Well,
80s and 90s.
For the most part, we were too dumb to know any better anyway.
Well, there was that, but I mean, like, that's the thing is, I mean, I know part of it's because we have grown older and cynical. I get that, but you know, I mean, I understand. There's things that I've seen as a kid, and like I just had this conversation with you too the other day, Stieg. Speaking of, where I was like, I don't know if you'd enjoy Flash Gordon or not since you've never seen it. I'm like, it's cheesy and it's weird and all this other stuff, and I don't know how well it would hold up to somebody today. But then he's like, I like cheesy shit. And I'm like, well, yeah, you're probably a bad person to say that to. The general person, though, I don't necessarily think would like it. Stieg, on the other hand, he might. Like, it's just because of his sense of humor. But I can see, like, that's a great example of a movie that I'm not so sure how it would have aged for like today's audience. You know,
I tend to like it if they're trying to make a serious movie and they're treating it seriously, and
that's pretty much what it is. I mean, it's just it aged poorly, and you got to sit there and you're watching it and you're like, this came out after Star Wars.
Yeah. And if they're trying to make it bad and stupid, it doesn't work for me. You know, like Sharknado and stuff.
Yeah, I don't like those either. That's a great point. I feel the same way. Eva Unit 4A, welcome. Says, I'm poor till next month, so this is the only super chat you get tonight. Must support the cause. Hail Phantom Menace, Midnight's Edge. Don't know if that he's just trying to say 07 or if that was going to be like a smiley face or something. But you know what?
Hell
Thank you so
yeah.
much, Eva. And you don't have to worry about that. Just being here is more than support enough. But we appreciate the super chats, just like this one from Sister Harrow, an Australian $20 super chat, our very good friend. Hey, panel, haven't caught a live stream for a while. That's right. You haven't been on for a while. Where the hell you been? Hope you're doing well and safe. And I hope you're doing well and safe as well, too. So hopefully you have been away because you've just been busy like beating all the men off or something. Captain Hare sends in $5. I demand Script Doctor do a John Wayne impression for the duration of the stream. The worse the impression, the better.
Oh,
You know,
Well, I
That
guess
doesn't
I'll
sound like-
try and do that, Captain Hare.
he's too good. He's too good. See, that was too good of an impression.
I want to hear it. Wait, real quick. I want to hear it one. I want to hear it one more time, and then I'll give you mine.
Yeah.
Okay, Ords, I'm gonna do my. Yeah, I'm just
No,
falling.
he went too Canadian now.
Dude,
Well,
Canadian John Wayne, eh?
maybe it's more
Well,
like Kurt Russell doing John Wayne. Like here you go, Pilgrim. It's me, Jack Burton, and on the Pork Chop Express.
That's
here you go, Doctor of Script. How you doing?
That wasn't too bad.
Like
Well,
Mr.
that's
Ed,
not
I
bad
like it.
at all.
Oh my gosh.
What was that? A good oh my gosh or a bad oh my gosh?
I'll just leave it at that.
It's okay. I love the criticism. Give
No,
it to
it's
me.
okay. It's all fun. It's all fun. It's kind of cute.
I'll whoop your ass. That's best.
Oh,
Well, here's looking at you, Pilgrim.
Captain Hare, I've met your profile picture many times in Canada, and yeah, he's a funny guy.
What about you, Steeg? Do you do a John Wayne impression?
No.
Steeg does very few impressions, but when he does, they're interesting. I'll give him that. No,
What do you mean by interesting?
like he did Michael Jackson one time, and it was kind of disturbing and funny at the same time. It was weird.
It's not funny if it's not disturbing at the same time.
Exactly. I mean, he understands that part of it. I mean, it's not like he's offended in any way by it.
No, I'm just naturally disturbing.
That's
So,
true.
so it works.
If I start doing a John Wayne impression, it'll go in bad places because we're on Mead and it's Saturday. So we're gonna move on. And somebody's waving, hi Tom, hi Kashi Queen.
Yo, what's up, babe?
So that's your lady, ain't it? And I didn't say old, I said oh.
No, I don't care. She that's cool, man.
Sister, I got yelled at one time for saying that. Fuck.
Yeah, that's all good. I remember when I was a kid, like we were talking about a substitute teacher. She walked into class and I said, "Hey, speak of the devil," and somehow that was I don't know. I got in trouble for that.
Oh my
Whatever.
god, are you kidding me?
No joke, dude.
Oh shit. Well, one time I got yelled at for saying it because I was like back in 70s, 80s, 90s. That just became like the regular vernacular like thing, and it was an older woman, and I said something around and they just freaked the fuck out about it. And like I didn't mean it. I said OL
Yeah.
apostrophe.
They never freak out on me. I mean, I've called women a bitch on streams and stuff. They don't even get upset.
That's because of the accent.
Yeah.
It's all about the accent.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Why do you think that Sean Connery used to let like the women just used to let them let him slap them around and shit?
Oh, I've never tried that.
I'm not saying that, but he sat right there and he told what's her face, Barbara Walters, like every once in a while you just have to smack a bitch. Yeah.
It just takes into those old like Saturday Night Live skits. Last night I was with your mother last night, Trebek.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's just-
it's literally slapstick.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
she's like, you don't see what's wrong with that? And he's all like, no, I don't. And if you don't stop asking me, I'll slap you right now. And then you'll see what I mean. Recently,
Well, he's also James Bond. I mean, don't let James Bond do anything.
What's a
exactly.
true story?
It should be like,
Actually,
that's
You
all
just
right. as
put
long
your
as
fingers
you
through
keep
his
it
hair.
correct.
That's all.
He even slapped Harrison Ford in the third Indiana Jones movie.
That's true. He's the only guy who's gotten away with slapping the fuck out of Harrison Ford. And Harrison
Yeah.
Ford just like, all right, I'll chill out. Jeez.
That's for blasphemy.
That's right. I'm sorry, Dad. Jesus. I did it again. Sister Harold sends in $5. Thanks again. You don't have to keep doing that. Recently watched Sam Worthington movie. He hasn't seemed to have cracked it big like Chris Pratt. Why? Well, Sam Worthington is just one of those guys that they just tried to make happen.
He has no
James
personality
Cameron
or
really
anything.
tried. Yeah.
He has
James Cameron
same
really
face
tried.
syndrome. You know, same face syndrome. He looks exactly the same when he's pissed as when he's happy. You know?
That's just it. He has no range. I mean, in like script was just brought up, he was in plenty of movies between like
Well, he did.
the Avatar
James
movies
Cameron
and
got
all
him an Avatar. I think he also did
Terminator.
The Shack. He was in Hacksaw Ridge.
Terminator
I'm trying to
4.
remember something else.
That's what I just said. Yeah, he's in Terminator.
Speaking of that, I'll be right back.
He's got to pay.
It's the Viking whiskey.
I guess 07 is a salute. Well, now I know.
I mean, I know he's also a dad, so he probably takes more time to do that because he does a lot of voice acting
It's
too.
a little guy. Okay, it's doing a salute. Gotcha.
Mhm.
I see it now. See? Just give me a second. Yeah. Oh, you see, you said it here. Oops. You didn't have to do that, Eva. See, I already got it before you even did that. But I appreciate it. Now I feel like I owe you $2. Should I do a jig or something? All right, I'll get on camera.
Oh my gosh.
Darka. There you go. That's all you're getting.
Actually, if you had a moonshine bottle and then blew into it like it was an instrument.
I mean, I'd be on camera more, but I really don't think anybody wants to look at this. So.
No.
Well,
That was
thanks,
mean,
Teresa.
Teresa.
Oh, sorry, did I say that too fast? Sorry.
I'm just gonna go cry in the corner.
Please don't cry.
Too late.
No. Well, if you're gonna do a jig though, you need to like put more bounce into it.
Now I know how lazy puppy feels.
Oh gosh! Oh no! No!
Except he's got a cute butt.
Oh dear.
This is what I come back to.
Yeah, Teresa
Yeah,
made
I
me
made
cry.
Tom cry. Yeah,
That's freaking
sorry.
adorable.
Yeah.
I said I'm like lazy puppy, but I'm not because I don't even have a cute butt.
That is my favorite puppy.
Isn't
Minimum
it? It is
effort
everybody's favorite puppy, even though he's lazy as fuck.
Mm.
I'm torn between him and Minimum Effort Puppy because they're both just adorable.
Minimum effort puppy does give him a run for the money, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
My favorite's minimum effort puppy.
Mm.
Just saying. There he is. He's so cute.
Yeah.
And he's just like, do I have to keep doing this? Really? I like the guy behind him, though.
Yeah, he's like ready to
stand
go.
over here. He's like, I'm waiting. It's my turn. He's just like, he's raring to go. He's just like, hey, how's it going? Minimum effort puppy's just like, no, fuck that. Oh man,
God.
sorry you can't hear us, Jesse. I seen you were in the chat earlier. I was gonna send you the link too, but you seen you were on the road. So, oh yeah, nothing better than Fenton. There's good old Fenton, of course. Jesus Christ, Fenton.
Jesus Christ! Fenton! Oh, Jesus Christ! Fenton!
Oh, that's good.
Every time I play it, somebody has to remind me, I guess, that that's not the audio from that video. But I'm like, they're so married now, it doesn't matter. You know?
Yeah, I bet Fenton was actually like the guy's kid, not a dog.
Well, it sounds like, from what I could hear, it sounds like maybe it was somebody chasing a dog or something down like a. It sounds like you can hear like some seagulls or something like that. So it must be on like a beach or something. Maybe I was thinking somebody sent me the original video once.
Oh no, seagull.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, Steve.
The golden rule is, if it's between the truth and the legend, always tell the legend.
Yeah, but like, and since you can't hear the dog barking, which the dog is clearly barking, and there's no birds really, I believe it's obviously not the real video, audio, but it just works. There's nothing you can do about that. It's too late. Captain Captain Hare sends another $5. More impressions. Bring on Carol Channing, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Adam West. Insert name here. Well, I always do the Adam West impressions.
Hello, Dolly.
You know the
Everything's coming up roses.
that was somewhere between Carol Channing and
Why? Like these people should have a conversation.
I'm trying to think of Charles Nelson Riley. That's his name.
Yeah, I was about to say I was doing a little.
Listen
Off a
here,
little.
listen here, Schwarzenegger. Okay,
Adam West is interesting to do.
Adam, calm down, Adam.
Like you're constantly
I just
having an orgasm.
got here. What's going on? What's going on here, people?
Calm down, Adam.
Gary Marshall.
Oh my gosh.
Television's Gary Marshall.
Wait, who's getting
It's Adam
Marshall?
West. I loved working with you. Oh my God, you were amazing.
I know.
What did we work on
everything.
together? I forgot.
TV.
That's
Was it
ignorant.
TV?
It's ignorant.
And Steve comes in with the.
Yeah. You have hibernation sickness.
Ooh, that was pretty good.
That's
well,
pretty,
thank you.
yeah, that's good. I like that.
You cannot do Arnold Schwarzenegger just quite right. You're missing something.
I know I'm missing something.
You just
Leave me alone.
yeah, okay.
I do Arnold the
Not
way
a
I want
tumor.
to.
It is a tumor. That's what I found out, sadly.
I'm like Arnold with a tumor.
They were lambs and they were screaming.
Tell me, Clarice.
Hello,
Lamb,
Clarence.
stop
ran.
screaming.
I just ran.
Imagine if I played none other than, Hannibal Lecter. I can smell your cologne. Even has a pause in his sniff. I ate his liver with a bottle of Chianti and some fava beans.
I can do that part.
It was pretty good. It's really good. Anyway, I think we've done
Can
enough.
anyone do an Ethel Merman?
Well, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying. Actually, Ethel Merton, I think, was more of what I was doing when I was trying to do Carol Channing.
Nobody wanted to do Ethel.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that's creepy.
I'm Batman. That's all I know. Oh, Lord. All right. I think that's enough for now. Eric K sends in a $5 super chat. Says, Tom, make sure you be careful about the new Justice League trailer. As and a few others had their streams terminated. That's another reason why I'm just like, you know what? Since everybody's already talking about it, and I seen Az's stream went down, and a few other people have, I'm not even going to bother. And honestly, I'm not the guy to do this. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I liked those movies. I'm not going to sit here and just because it's the popular thing, I'll still take the brunt from what I get, what I've always got, because I just never liked Man of Steel or BVS. I didn't think the extended cut of BVS or the recut or whatever helped it all that much. I didn't think Wonder Woman was all that great. Aquaman was a bit overrated, and Shazam was funny. I loved the Joker.
Kind of telling that they don't stay much in the trailer.
What's bad is I'll say that Suicide Squad was the best we got out of that first phase of DC movies. That's the level.
Thanks, I worked on that.
I know you did it. I'm not just saying
minimum capacity, but yeah.
You want to believe me? You don't want to believe me or not? Go back. I think my original Suicide Squad review is still on this channel from before it was Midnight's Edge After Dark.
Hey, I thought we weren't talking about DC.
Hey, you're right.
Continue.
I can't now because the man sent in a £5 super chat and says, "Is the chance they'll take a Batman Beyond movie with Keaton?" Well, we already did a report on that actually over on the main channel, so I do suggest you check out that video, and I do think there's probably a good chance that that's true, considering a lot of the other stuff that we learned was from the same sources that's turned out to be true.
And isn't Keaton making an appearance in the Flash Point movie?
Yeah. Well, we already said that. That was the initial report, and then the same sources we heard about all that stuff from told us about the Batman Beyond plan and all that. And
I
the
saw
Affleck
something
stuff.
about Keaton's role in the Flash movie would be substantial.
Oh,
yeah, it's
wow.
basically a Batman
Yeah.
movie featuring the Flash.
They almost have to at this point, and we all know why.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, we do.
I don't think anybody has to like say anything or tell anybody what it is about. We already know why.
Learn it.
Is about
If you want to fight, is nothing new.
I won't even show the video.
Have you seen some of the
I have it on standby.
the interviews and stuff with him during like this fandom thing, dude? He looks like trash, dude. He looks like he's been on a coke bender for like weeks.
Probably has.
Yeah.
He was wearing lipstick.
Yeah,
Why are you depressed now, Sander? You'll tell me why you're depressed. Just because I've never been a Snyder fan. I mean, I don't hate Snyder. I like his movies okay. I just didn't like the take on Superman.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't either.
And at least we're getting Affleck and Keaton back as Batman and not CGI Robert Pattinson as whatever.
Dude, I swear to God, they CGI'd his face in this movie, man.
They did.
See, I knew it. We look at those leaks,
And
those,
probably his neck and body too. It looks like
Yeah.
Beyond the Valley. It looks like the Uncanny Valley or whatever.
I mean, it's worse than the like. Let's cover up Cavill's mustache with the CGI business. They did that at the beginning of what was that? Was it Justice League? Yeah.
You know, I really don't know where Rob is, but oh, here he is.
About
Yeah.
time, Shlomo.
Fired.
I was in
You're
my
on fire.
natural.
I need you. Come here.
What's
I was,
that?
I was in my natural state eating.
I mean, right now too. So
Okay.
I figured as much.
Shit, now I'm hungry.
I was gonna say I'm not eating. I'm having watermelon water though.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
good.
nice.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
hear
Very-
kids somewhere. Is that your house, Swords?
what's that? Oh, yeah. Hold on, I'll go get the hose.
No, you're fine. I just wonder if that's what was your house. Or
Nah,
was it Rob?
I'm gonna go spray him with the hose. I'll be right back.
No. It's fine. I don't care.
No, they got to get sprayed with the hose, man.
Well, if you
It
have
puts
to.
its lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
I wonder why Rob thinks he can just come right back in.
I come and go as I please.
That's not true. This
No.
is very true.
We've
No, I closed the wrong tab.
No, I'm picking on you.
Freaking, you know what? I got a bone to pick with Windows, with Microsoft Windows. I
He's
updated.
the owner.
I updated to the stupid 2004 update, and now it logs me out of every single website whenever I restart the machine. I'm like, do better, Microsoft. Come on.
You're on 2004 Windows?
Well, no, not 2004. Not from the year 2004. That's the name of the update. Windows 10 2004.
Oh.
How dare you?
oh god.
I don't know. I just needed something there.
Fucking Swede.
I was gonna say you just triggered with a Swede.
Oh, that's right. Yes, indeed. But yeah, I do think Fezman, we will probably see I think a good chance. I think the reporting we got was pretty solid. Again, it's a rumor, but I still think it's pretty solid.
They should
Captain
just do it.
Yeah. Captain Harris sends in a $5 super chat. And before I get to Captain Harris, I know that's something that they have been trying to do for years over there at Warner Brothers, but we weren't going to
Since
talk about
2000.
DC stuff. So yeah, since 2000. Captain Harris says, Rob's here. You know what that means? More impressions. We were dancing for Captain Hare. He's making us do impressions. We got to hear your John Wayne.
I really don't have a John Wayne.
That's
do I?
the point.
Yeah, I was gonna-
I remember there was that scene in The Critic when they were making him watch bad Iraqi movies. All right, then we're gonna go surrender to Saddam, but
You're
first we're gonna put on petticoats and have a sissy slap fight.
You're right. You can't do.
You're right.
The Fest man, speaking of, is another super chat, sends in £5 and says, Can you view Wrath of Khan as a standalone or watch his appearance in the OS first?
Yes.
Yeah, kinda.
They give you enough
Both,
background,
actually.
so they give you enough background where you don't really need to
I've seen
Yeah.
be familiar with it.
I think it's kind of at least. Whoa, what the
All
fuck are
right,
you
then.
doing, Rob? Jesus Christ! Oh man,
This is why we can't have nice things, Rob.
that's right, Rob. Now, you need to send that hose over to Rob's house. He needs to get hosed down a little bit.
I need to get hosed down.
Yeah,
I'd love to hose Rob down.
okay.
Oh my!
That's left in
Ooh.
the chat.
Oh
Ooh.
my.
Oh, that
Ooh.
escalated quickly.
Hose and boats.
Oh, you've got a hose,
Hose
dude.
and hose.
Oh my!
Oh.
Oh my!
Boy, that escalated quickly.
That's for you, Teresa.
Yeah, as I said, yeah. Well, I think that I didn't catch who said it earlier about that they give you enough establishment at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
There's like the really good scene with Bones and him, and they sit around. And he's like, "I'm old," and so and you know,
Face it, Jim, you're old.
yeah, exactly. And it's my favorite Star Trek movie of all time.
I remember on the set of Wrath of Khan 2. Oh, Ricardo Montalban gave me enough already. Oh my!
That was his real chest.
Ooh.
I think Jesse's right. It does help to see the original Khan episode, but I mean, if it's your introduction to Star Trek, it's a lot like 4. Like Teresa was just saying, there's enough backstory. Yeah,
Do I know Miss Martin Muses? Has she
it's
been on
Teresa.
before?
Yeah, I think you've
Oh, okay.
been on the same
Yeah.
stream
Okay.
as her a couple times now.
Okay. Hello again.
Hello again.
She
He
was
doesn't
on
remember
when we tested that Jeopardy thing.
Oh
He
yeah,
doesn't-
that's right. Yeah.
I was
he
your
doesn't
guinea pig.
Yeah, he doesn't remember what he had for breakfast.
I wish I had done a lot of drugs, but I didn't. So I mean, then I have an excuse at least, you know.
It's
but now
sugar damage to the brain.
Yeah, and now I just have old man brain. I mean,
Yeah,
so
that's okay. We're all old now.
Is that anything like a stoner brain? Just
probably.
totally. That's me.
But- Yeah, but stoner brain, like he's right. It sounds cooler. It sounds hipper. Just like I'm old. It's not as much fun.
So you guys see the way that Mark Hamill's breathing, dude? He's so stoned right there.
He looks like he's
ate an
about ready to
edible.
jump off a cliff.
He's fighting
It's
off
like-
catatonism.
He's like,
He's
the only
like-
way,
He's
the only
about to
way
have
I
a
can live
seizure.
through this is doing this edible, and he's just high as a kite.
I can't. He's like, I can't believe this shit.
He looks like
Looks
he's
like
about
he's,
ready to commit murder.
he looks like he's had Stephen Walton's enema and it's starting to kick in.
But for real,
Totally.
oh gosh,
That's
It's weird
exactly
how
what
that's
he did.
traveled so far in such a short time.
yeah.
It doesn't take much.
It's like someone just give me a gun, let me kill the son of a bitch.
Just a cup. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
I'm about to choke this motherfucker.
Mhm.
Anybody want to hear a demo I'm not happy with?
Yes.
Sure.
Sure.
I'm very not happy with this. It needs a lot of fucking work. I hate everything I do in it.
Oh,
Is
well,
it
okay.
is it the you know what that we were working on earlier, but this week?
Yeah, I didn't share the audio, did I?
No.
Of
No,
course
it
I
does not
didn't.
look like it. But this is how you keep yourself humble, right, Tom?
Yeah. I started a new hashtag. Okay, boomer, not okay, groomer.
Yeah.
Because of the whole cuties thing. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that either. But we will talk about the. I don't even know why I'm showing this, but I'm just stuck in a corner. I don't know what to do with this.
Okay, well, Edge presents Real Boneheads of Cinema. Real Boneheads of Cinema. Today we salute you, Mr. J.J. Abrams. You admitted that Star Trek was too smart for you, so you dumbed it down into a brain-dead action movie. Oh, look at all the explosions and pretty lens flare. Then you made a Star Wars movie full of mystery boxes. You killed Han Solo, you son of a bitch! When the audience opened them up, they were full of turds. What the fuck is this? Why is Palpatine not dead? And now you're gonna ruin the DC universe too. Oh, good lord, I've read Superman Flyby. We salute you, J.J. Abrams, patient zero for failing upwards. You real bonehead of cinema.
All right.
That was beautiful. That was
No, it wasn't. It fucking sucks.
That was
Or
beautiful.
it sucks.
Why does it suck?
Because all my shit in it sucks.
I'm gonna be a diplomat and say it was mediocre.
It's at best mediocre because Rob's lines are fine. Okay.
Do you want some objective, like want us to say something or just?
Go for it if you want.
Oh, I was just going to say, what I was hearing is maybe a little more enunciation because sometimes it wasn't clear what you were saying.
Oh, that's because it's just a demo. No, I don't like my lines. I want to come up with different lines. Period.
You should just
Brought in
smoke.
something about like
You should just smoke some weed.
Yes, well, you could do that, or you could just talk about how he turned Star Wars into Lost
Words.
2.0.
Words. What? I need to tell you a secret.
What?
I'm always stoned. That's my secret.
Oh my gosh, we're best friends forever.
We always have been, and you didn't know it.
Oh damn, my mind is blown.
All right. No, like that's. I got to think. I'm trying to think of something with the lens flare. There's something I can do that's funnier than that.
Tom got me all worked up over here, guys. Sorry.
His lens flares don't hide the crappy quality of the shot.
No, you guys are thinking too literal here. It's got to be something like
More
Did the Rise of
swearing. More
Skywalker have an
swearing.
epilepsy warning
even the
because
lens
of it?
flare has lens flare, like that kind of a thing. Like even the lens flare has lens flare, like that. Like that's stupid, but I like you get where I'm coming from. Like it can't be anything too literal. Like you start getting into too much shit because then I got to go.
Oh, kind of like when they did their tribute to like the Chinese takeout delivery guy.
Yeah, because otherwise I got to fit in way too much crap. So it's got to be simple.
Needs
it's
more
gotta be
swear
funny.
words. More swear words.
Yeah.
At least-
It'll come to me. It'll
Say,
come
at least
to
in
me.
my opinion. I mean, you could, I love a good swear word.
Jeez, have you even seen the other ones we've done? Probably not.
No, actually, I haven't. That was the first I've heard.
Oh, okay.
And like I said, I'm a voice coach, so that was.
No, I
what
know
went
you are.
for.
Yeah.
I didn't think of going for content.
No, yeah, I was thinking about content because me singing like that is because I'm pissed because I can't think of nothing to sing.
It's gonna be. I'm telling you, Tom. It's gonna be like 1 or 2 in the morning, and you're gonna be editing something for Andre, and then a light bulb will go off. Ding! I got it.
Hey, Tom, do you swim?
No, I wish I would like.
Because when I come up with stuff like choreography or something like that, it's usually when I'm swimming. So I guess I don't know what to say because if you don't swim,
Someone wants to buy me a pool.
ooh,
Bro,
cool.
let's go to the
All right.
lake. Tom,
No
you and I
problem.
will hold hands and skip into the lake. It'll be fun.
Hey, I crap you not, it works. You get writer's block, whatever. You just jump in a pool and frolic like a dolphin. And
So the words will float better.
exactly, you just let yourself go.
Oh, you really don't want to do that in the lake in case other people are swimming nearby, and then you get pee in your mouth. And
Yeah, there's a lot of people
Ew.
who suggested a few things, Donnie, but it was like boneheads just seem to fit, and it rolls off the tongue easier when you're singing than say.
there's
trying-
definitely a joke with regards to like how JJ made Lost, yet somehow he keeps winning.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
don't
definitely
really-
like the failing upward thing. That's
Oh yeah. Lost
that-
was so aptly titled, even the audience was lost. That's what you should have said.
There you go.
God, yeah.
See, I can come up with Rob lines easy.
I don't know how
But-
that guy got the Star Wars gig.
Well, we know why, but
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Failing upwards for sure.
You came up with Lost, and that's exactly why it was named, because that's what the audience
most
felt
aptly
like.
The
named
story
show
was
in
because
history.
there wasn't a story to be found anywhere.
I don't know. I'll come up with something. But yeah, we've done a couple of these already. You're familiar with the old Bud Light commercials, aren't you, Teresa? That's what they're
oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's yeah. I love those, by the way. They're incredible, and it's just the guy from Survivor,
It's the guy from Survivor.
the lead singer.
Oh, the lead singer. I was thinking the TV show for a
Oh,
second. I knew that. I knew that. I was like, I was thinking the guy like doing the announcement part, and I'm like,
From like the show
Yes.
Survivor.
Tom, we gotta
yeah,
get-
the original
lead
band
singer.
Survivor, the guy that sang "Eye of the Tiger," not the guy who sang "Burning Heart." Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
we gotta get you working out, Tom. We gotta get you a copy of Mixcraft though, because that's
The
what I used to
search is
record
open.
all my stuff on.
Mixcraft's awesome. I used to do
I
demos
used
with
to-
that all the time.
I had bought something and I never use it. and I got Audacity, and it works just fine for me. But
Oh well, whatever works for you. But
I'll try
What's
it.
nice about the Mixcraft though is it's got a bunch of presets in it that you can play with. Like it's not just where Audacity you kind of have to build around the program. This program will help you build it inside of it.
It's what I use. It's what I use to get my buttery smooth voice.
Is it free or?
No, it's a paid. There's a paid I mean, it's
It's
paid
not really
program, but-
expensive. Yeah, for one of the bigger, well-known programs, it's not that expensive. You can do like a monthly payment thing. I think.
It's like $50 or something, like, or you can buy it from Sweetwater, I think. Let me see. I bought my copy years ago, and it's one of the most useful pieces of software I have. It's paid for itself.
All right. Well, since Teresa hasn't seen these, and you guys, I don't know if you guys are getting like what I'm trying to say. Just kind of pay attention to how I do these little in between jokes.
Midnight's Edge presents Real Boneheads of Cinema.
Real boneheads of cinema.
Today we salute you, Alex Kurtzman.
You cultural fucking locust.
You've taken a beloved 50-year-old science fiction franchise and completely destroyed it.
Oh, it didn't live long and prosper.
Likeable characters? Who needs them when we've got Mikey Spock?
She's just a plank of wood.
So pour a cold beer and celebrate a special kind of stupidity that ruined Star Trek forever.
How's the Dark Universe going?
How does sonar and space work? If I know, as long as it sounds good, who
You
cares?
idiot, there's no sound in space.
That $25 million CBS contract sure is getting its money's worth, isn't it?
Oh, how you got ripped off.
We salute you, Alex Kurtzman, because failing upward is still a thing in Hollywood.
Sheer fucking hubris from a real bonehead of cinema.
Whoops, forgot that was a long version.
Very
Hi,
nice.
Mecca.
Did I show up in time to rag on Kurtzman? Fuck you, Alex Kurtzman.
I was just showing the thing, and
Maybe like the line, the force isn't with JJ.
well, that might work somewhere. But Rob, I'm thinking we need to change that last line of yours since it's the same line, basically, unless you're trying to do a callback.
Yeah. I was trying to do a callback, but yeah, that could be changed.
It might be a little redundant.
What's up, Mega?
Hello.
How's it going?
One of those days.
Gotcha.
Did you do what I said? With
Well, the
baking
car finally just started working, so she's gonna do it when she gets home. She's gonna change out the or she's gonna corrosify the battery again.
Are you getting a car, Mecca?
No, my mom's car. She was
Oh,
her car was, well, I might have to. I mean, but yeah, her car was like the battery, it just wouldn't start. She got up here fine to my place, but then
Oh.
just, no.
that sucks. Darth Lovejoy sends in £5. Says, "Thanks, Tom. Listening to Mead Radio is making work 100 times more bearable." Well, I'm glad to hear that, and that's the best part about it is you can do all kinds of other stuff while you're listening to it. So,
I like
watch
Mead
other
Radio. Mead Radio's dope.
Culture Casino, our boy sends in a $1.49 super sticker. Let me guess, it's either poop or a Doomacorn or something. I don't have this thing up.
There you go.
All right, so we're caught up on
I'm just-
super chats.
But I'm just amazed though at how quickly Alex Kurtzman and J.J. Abrams have destroyed Star Trek. It's astounding. No, well, you think a 50-year-old franchise would be more durable, but they just came in. It's like they bulldozer the
I would be in like 100% agreement with you, but I was also like totally surprised how fast they killed Star Wars.
No.
Well, Star Wars got killed faster.
It took one movie.
Yeah, it took one movie.
Star Wars was killed in 5 years. Trek died after,
Over 10.
let's see, over 10, yeah.
Yeah, but it was pretty much non-existent for about 5.
Star
I think
Trek.
movies contributed. I think when Enterprise went off the air and when it stopped being kind of this popular thing, you know, at least among the nerds, right? You know, it was everywhere. You had 3 series pretty much all around the same time.
Mhm.
So once that kind of died out, then
I mean, John Willis is right. So it took 10 years for them to kill Star Trek, 5 years to kill Star Wars. So they're doubling their efforts. So only 2.5 years to kill DC.
Pretty much.
Dude, DC is pretty much on its last leg. I don't know if you caught the video I did, but it's got one foot in the grave as it is with the people that they've been aligning themselves with. Oh God.
They're on life support.
Oh, totally. I mean, especially the comic book side of things, man. Especially with the layoffs. Why have we not seen Amber Heard removed yet? Why is Ezra Miller still involved? I mean, there's all these different things and all these people that DC's aligning themselves with that's just making them look bad. Like I've been saying, AT&T, get your house in order, man.
They've got a plan. I have a couple of friends that work over there, and I've told them to reach out to the trades with what they told me, because like it's interesting news. Like they've got a plan to turn everything around on the publishing side of things.
Tell it to Andre.
I can tell it to him, but like I wanted him to be able to verify it, and unfortunately, I don't.
You're another source. There you go. It doesn't have to be like we don't always have to say who it is. By the way, there's an asteroid headed your way right before Election Day, according to CNN. Who puts that in the headline? By the way,
the moon will take care of it.
Yeah.
That sounds to me like it's
so we've had plague, murder hornets.
There was the
Fire
zombie.
tornado.
What was it? Zombie ants.
Zombie
ants,
yeah.
fire
You
tornado.
got two
Fire
hurricanes
tornado.
coming off the
hurricane.
Gulf Coast.
I see a bad moon rising.
Now,
you've had the protesters too. I bet most of them qualify as zombies.
Well, that's what the one headline was saying, is that there's a bunch of rich people moving out of LA because there was a bunch of drugged out zombies running around on the streets.
Bats are going to make a comeback.
Hey, ZBS, how you doing?
I mean, aren't the celebrities the drugged out zombies?
Pretty much.
There are a lot of the actors. Yeah, they can be.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know why they're running from their own kin. So
They've done it themselves.
This is what you do when you start a fucking. Never mind. I'm not even going to get into this.
Yeah. What's due is a giant tsunami. What's due is a giant
Did you
tsunami.
both just sing that at the same time?
Yes.
God.
Synchronicity.
That was fucking weird and trippy.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and California's on fire too. So that
Colorado's on fire. I can't see the mountains from my
God.
house.
oh, that sucks.
Oh, Jesus.
I love the mountains.
There was something else
One of
going
the
on in
wheat crops
Colorado, too.
catch a blaze, because half that state could be stoned.
I hated that fucking movie, but now I'm going to have to change my mind about it if that shit starts happening.
Well, there's
I'm
two
looking
hurricanes hitting Texas or whatever, right?
The Gulf of Mexico, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, two of them.
What were you
Two
saying,
of them at the
Tristan?
same time.
Yeah.
Then there's
I just think-
got to be a tsunami, and then finally a declaration for a world war.
And
Oh, and
I'm
an
looking forward
earthquake.
to the alien invasion. That's just all I'm doing. I am rooting for the alien invasion.
oh yeah,
They don't want to
They-
come
they
here,
flew
Teresa.
They flew
They already
past us.
classified it.
Lewis
Yeah.
Black. Lewis Black used to say, "How come none of these things is looked at God's some kind of retribution?" You know, that's what God did in the old days. You fuck up, he'd kick your ass. You know,
Sodom and Gomorrah,
Yeah.
the floods.
Yeah.
now it's like
Legs.
now it's like the countryside bursts into fire on fire. There's an earthquake. There's twin hurricanes. Oh look, pussy feathers. You know,
It'll be fine.
If you think about it, given the forest fires, there's burning bushes everywhere.
That's right.
That's true.
that's it. I gotta put my sounds up because that's right.
All we need is some twats being turned into salt, and we're good.
Just spontaneously
start
combusted as sulfur. Yeah.
And on
Yeah, I
that
can-
note, go
You
ahead,
can
Steve.
start with Amber Heard.
Shit. Speaking of women like that, here we go.
Midnight Edge presents Real Boneheads of Cinema. Real Boneheads of Cinema. Today we salute you, Miss Kathleen Kennedy. A real Temple of Doom. Who could make so many movies, yet up the greatest franchise of all time? How the hell did you make me like the prequels? You made movies with Steven Spielberg. Dude made Jaws of Jurassic Park. You think some talent would have rubbed off on you? Oh yes, some residual talent. The only real talent you ever had was getting Spielberg coffee. I'll take mine with 2 sugars. And hiring Harvey Weinstein's former assistant was a nice move, wasn't it? She likes all the Star Wars. So pack up your shit and get your Baby Yoda hating forces female ass out of here because we've had enough. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
He said, "I'll take two sugar."
Yes.
You know how she's standing over all the Star Wars toys like she's above everything.
Oh, I'm still stuck on a 2
I'll take
sugars
mine
bit,
with
bro.
2 sugars.
I have,
Like,
guys, I have the official Leslie Headland action figure. I've shown this on the stream before.
Wow.
She's even got Rob's balls in her hands.
God, savage, man. That's awesome.
But see what I mean by the little in between stuff? It has to be like real snappy, like little jab
Yeah,
kind
witty,
of things.
It's just like
I
a,
like very appropriate.
Oh, yeah, I got
responses
Baby
to
Yoda
Rob's
cereal.
lines, Yeah.
I like
Baby Yoda cereal. Oh,
so what's
shit.
up?
Oh,
Get it,
I do.
Mecca?
I have it.
Oh, you have it too?
Have you tasted it? Is it good?
I just got it home from the store.
Are you gonna have a bowl
Is it
today?
just
You should do a
marshmallows?
review.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I bought one
marshmallows,
too.
yeah.
I haven't had mine.
No, it's got regular cereal
And-
in it too.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
I didn't get I fucking missed out, and my Walmart doesn't have them anymore, so I'm gonna have to try and find them somewhere.
Yeah, they were like really. They still have a space
right.
schedule. I might. have
I
to
may
grab
go to
them.
Walmart later. I'll look for you there.
They put in all the new Kong and Godzilla stuff now. I don't know what they did with they just sold out of the other stuff and they just moved the new stuff in. That's very plausible.
John Willis, $5. All right, can you hear the cha-ching?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
You know John Cusack driving the limo in 2012. I keep imagining Gary of Nerdrotic driving that limo trying to get out of California. Well,
With
I'm
just
not
the
speaking
ground
to
falling
Spielberg,
apart
but
behind him.
everybody knew about Weinstein, but yeah, like, yeah,
yeah. Well, Harvey Weinstein's a special kind of creep. I mean, come on. Seth MacFarlane said it on that award show that time.
What I think is, go ahead.
The following women no longer have to pretend to be attracted to Harvey Weinstein.
Right. Well, not only that, I brought it up I don't know how many times. The only reason in any other world, any other time, he'd have never got convicted. The only reason he did, and people don't believe me when I say this, is just because of the Me Too thing. But I guarantee if you'd have followed that court case as closely as I did, I was surprised the verdict came back the way it did. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a creep, but there was nothing in that court case. Nothing. It was a bunch of hearsay.
A lot of the people that were brought in as witnesses were not really the best ones to.
It was a
describe the
fucking.
actions that he actually took.
It was a kangaroo show, is all it was. But I'm
There
not
was
saying
actually
he
about
doesn't
20
deserve
other
to be
women
where
that
he's at.
could have-
Though.
There was 20 other women that could have stepped forward with far more legit claims, and they
You got
just
a
weren't
pineapple.
selected for whatever reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, it's kind of like when they got what's his face, Al Capone or whatever, on tax evasion instead, or whatever it was. Kind of
Well,
the same thing.
That's what they can make stick, though. That's the thing.
Well, it's actually the thing he probably should be in prison for. Don't get me wrong, but it was like the people that he went to prison for were just yeah. Anyway, Dex Luther sends in a Canadian $10 super chat. Says I forgot about the cuckoos. We seem to be on the cusp of World War III. Maybe First Contact was a warning from the future since we didn't listen to John. How do you say that? Titor? Titor, I said it almost right. The first time he came back. If so, Vulcans in 2063. The aliens are never going to come down.
Yeah,
Never.
they passed by the sun. We saw them, and they just kept going. We were like a hitchhiker on the road, and they're just
Why
like,
do you
"Nope,
think they
next up."
decided they passed us up and decided to talk to the cows? Because they found the most intelligent life form on Earth, and it wasn't us.
Well,
They're like,
they're-
I mean, would you
they're
stop for
probably-
us? Would you stop for us?
Hell no.
Exactly.
They're probably the ones sending the asteroids.
You might be right there, buddy.
They're like, look, all they eat is garbage and they watch porn on their phones all day. They're useless.
Well, speak
Some-
for
They have all these
yourself.
things orbiting their planet, but none of them are
I'm
actually
just
going
saying in
outside.
I'm not speaking for everybody, but I mean, I'm saying they look
I
at
know.
us in general and they're just like, all they do is sit on their phones all day and eat garbage.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they do
know.
an
I was
aggregate.
thinking about the watching porn.
Oh, still.
They-
But
They were probably very confused about the quicksand porn.
you got to think about this, though. Look at it this way. If any aliens looking at us, they're like, they watch more videos of them having sex than they actually have sex. So it just
That's
doesn't-
interesting.
It probably doesn't even compute to them.
Not gonna
Yeah.
lie, my stoner mind is blown.
Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, Steak is right. It was the quicksand porn that put them over the edge.
Thanks, Rob. You had to find it.
I know.
I still want to know how Rob found it. That's all I'm saying.
No, you don't.
I was on Pornhub. You know how you get the autofill suggestions in the search bar?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Why were you looking for something that started with the word "quick"?
Why do you have an autofill in Pornhub?
Yeah, the whole point of it is not to go quick.
But okay, so you search girls or babes or whatever, babes in leather, babes in lesbian
You're
babes.
giving us way too much already, Rob.
I'll give you a bigger shovel.
Yeah, fine. I don't play. It says babes in quicksand. So there's times when the universe presents you with something and you just, okay, I've got to know what this is about. And you click on it and it's just, like I said, scantily clad women just sinking in quicksand. And I told Tom, he said, this is the end of the internet. We found it. There's nowhere to go after this.
The pot of gold at the end.
And isn't that though the best, the ideal woman, one that disappears?
Yeah, but if you think about it, isn't it porn in reverse? Because you see less and less of the woman.
Interesting. Stop blowing my mind. I can only handle so much in one day, guys.
No, but you're right. It is.
The end of the internet?
No, I mean it's porn in
reverse.
It's
But no,
both.
I'm like, yeah. The next page is like a sign that says you have reached the end of the internet. Please turn around.
I mean, if the internet is porn, then the opposite of it would be the quicksand part.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there is
Yeah.
you found the end. There's nothing else you can do from here.
It's actually completely reversed. Because 20 years ago, you'd see a naked woman jump out of a cake. Now you see her sink into quicksand.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the complete opposite now.
What about a woman jumping out of a cake that's sinking into quicksand?
Yeah.
Like,
You could do that.
That's too
I'd
much.
watch. Now that I would watch. Okay.
I mean, there's usually like what was it, Venus on the seashells, like coming out of the water, and now she just descends into quicksand.
I just, here's the thing that bothers me most about this. There was maybe 2 guys that watched this shit before, and now thanks to Rob, there's probably at least a half a dozen or better. And he's fueling an industry that shouldn't exist.
I mean, if there's only so many people watching it, I'd like to think that the people,
They're all like, "Wow, the demand has gone up for this."
the small amount of people who are watching that have a lot of money to support an industry like that. Because if you only have 12 people watching, it doesn't seem like a very
I know.
viable-
I'm just saying. There's probably more. It's porn.
No, there was actually a Vice News did a segment on it. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
No, it's not snuff. It's fake as fuck. But it's the idea. I think it's for the women. It's probably the rush of the idea of being in danger imminently, and like Rob said, it's the perfect woman who disappears after you're done with her. I guess I don't know.
Oh,
Well,
And
I mean,
the other
some
thing,
people like that, the asphyxiation, that being laid on, being squashed.
I'm being facetious, of course.
Of course.
You
I
can
wonder
always
what
just
the
get a
act-
hooker. They leave when you're done with them too.
and
I
there's
wonder what the actress name is though. Sandy,
What was-
probably.
there's the whole aspect too of like back in the 30s and 40s when in Tarzan movies, when you have the damsel in distress sinking into quicksand, she would do a lot of moaning and screaming and heavy breathing. And
Yeah.
that was all sexualized too. And it was very
So you're saying there's like 10
very
old,
repressed
really,
time.
really old guys watching this shit.
probably, I don't know.
And what were you saying, Steve?
When's Johnny
Oh.
Weiss gonna save that cutie into quicksand? Okay.
Oh, I was just saying. I wonder what the actress's name is. Sandy, probably.
Sandy Duncan.
Yeah.
Sandy Duncan.
Okay.
Filmed in San Diego.
She
no.
needs work. Oh, jeez. I can't believe that the crowd
I
stuck
have my
around.
toys.
Well,
So
of course.
his wings fold up when they're in the things.
Oh, nice. Now I really wish I had gotten
I guess
one.
like anything to get away from this conversation.
Right? Well, we could watch the Paul Feig one, but that's like my least favorite.
Midnight's Edge presents Real Boneheads of Cinema.
Real boneheads of cinema.
Today we salute you, Mr. Paul Feig. After your acting career failed, you decided to ruin the careers of others.
Those who can't act are correct and direct shitty movie ripoff.
When success went to your head, you decided to destroy Ghostbusters.
Well, how the hell did your little experiment work out?
Paul, we never said girls weren't funny, but sadly, you aren't, so get over it.
And neither was the cast.
You also made Last Christmas a Simple Favor and Unaccompanied Minors. Well, I never saw them.
Neither did anybody else, including Amelia Clark, who was in one of them.
Tell me, Paul, what brand of dog food would you like to make commercials for?
I'm thinking Purina for this real bonehead of cinema. Paul. I don't like that one for some reason. It didn't turn out as good as I was hoping.
You can always remake them.
True.
This is a cool one. I like this one.
Mecca's still playing with her toys. I know. I want one now, and I didn't get Space Godzilla either. Or
Thinking about Space Godzilla. I'm trying to think which other ones they have. Well, they have all the Kong ones, but I don't know if I want the Kong ones yet.
I got the Kong. I got the one Kong, and then but that's the thing is, yeah, mine's only got the King Kong versus Godzilla ones now, and I've got so many of those Godzillas already.
Mm-hmm. on mine are. Well, that's a big one. There are a couple of giant ones. So.
That's what I'm saying. Like I got like a 12 or 14 or whatever inch tall one.
I don't know. Can you see him back? Yeah, you can kind of see him back there.
I think it's the same one, yeah, the one. But
well, this one's a bang.
All right. Well, Steeg's gonna have to get out of here. So Steeg, tell everybody where you don't want them to find you.
At a Star Trek convention.
Well, you had a new top 5, which I usually show. I should go show your top 5, but go check it out.
I'm usually on Sporking News' channel talking about Game of Thrones books on Wednesdays, and on Christie's channel on Saturdays for the top 10 movie thing. That's pretty much it these days.
Yeah, it's fun to have you on when you can.
Well, thank you for having me on, and have a splendid weekend, all of you.
You too. Hopefully, you get some rest and shit. And
no, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat. I want dinner with meat in it.
Meat in it.
Baby Yoda cereal?
Is there meat in it?
Is it made from Baby Yodas?
Marshmallows? He's probably made of meat.
No.
I don't think he'd eat that either. Yeah.
I'll just have pork chops.
Oh,
I'll eat Miss Piggy instead.
Stig eats like a king. He used to send me these meals he make all the time, and oh man, the guy can cook. I'll tell you that.
Well, thank you. I'll send you another picture soon.
I'm hoping to get one later today.
Okay, I'll make sure to do that.
That's my kind of porn.
He does that to me too.
Yeah, post it on Twitter, Steeg, so we can all see it.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does that.
Yeah.
No. Okay, I'll do that.
I'll drink this Viking Scotch tonight in your honor.
Excellent. Drink all of it though.
What movie are you gonna watch tonight? I know you just finished the Nightmare series.
I don't know. Something 80s, I think. Anyway, I'm leaving.
Back.
Goodbye.
All right, take care.
Good night, sir.
All right. Oh, we've only been on for an hour. Really?
Am I that boring, Tom?
I was gonna say.
No, I thought we were on for like 2 hours already. No, it's been a long fucking week, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Who did we lose? What's going on?
You went and left, and Steeg said, "Fuck this, I'm leaving because Rob's not here anymore."
Oh, darn it!
Pretty much how it went down.
Eat meat.
He wanted meat.
Meat.
So he's like, the only way I'm gonna do that is.
Isn't Shlomo all the meat you need?
He needs some Rob's penis TM. I'm just kidding, of course.
That's right.
Pork chops. Yes, pork chops. So anyway,
Right. I do love pork chops.
I'm not that crazy about them.
I like them if they're cooked right.
Exactly.
Yeah, it depends on how they're cooked, and yeah, if they're, and you can tell if they're like pork chops are a meat you have to eat like fairly quickly, or they start to taste bad. In my opinion, it doesn't last as long as beef, is what I'm trying to say. I hate going to a restaurant and getting something that's pork, and you can tell it's not real new.
So, like, quick question, Tom.
No.
Well, too bad. What's the like? Do you run into any copyright issues like with the MEAD streams and stuff, MEAD radio streams? Like, I know they've taken you down a few times.
Well, I get copyright claims, and I let them claim them.
Well, for sure.
And that way, the ASCAP just pays the whatevers. But no, I don't have any other issues other than claims.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's just a guy I like the idea, man. It's cool.
Yeah, and like this morning, I didn't have any problems. I probably could have kept going, but I got that stuff from Andre. I didn't get done either, but
yeah, it's all right.
And Rob finally sent you the audio.
I got stuff I got to do for the board game stuff, but I haven't done it because I've been doing the DC stuff all day.
Jesse Miller, yes, I know who you're talking about. That one guy that was on what the hell was that show called? Head of the Class.
Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider, yeah. There's another one over there too, and I think there's a guy or two over at Disney Channel as well. That's kind of what like that Corey Feldman documentary. He made a big to do. Most of it was about nothing. I feel like because all that shit in there was stuff that everybody already knew, and I think he was one of the ones mentioned too. So like, I don't know.
Is that worth a watch?
Not really.
No.
Everything that's in it is already public knowledge.
Okay.
It's the only thing that he talks about that really wasn't that public knowledge is his experiences. And I'm not saying that he may not have felt that way in the position he was in at the time that things were happening, but like one or two of those things could be seen as miscommunication or misunderstandings.
Gotcha.
Like there was just one incident like where a guy come into his room drunk and then laid on top of him accidentally. And then like, as soon as he realized he was in the wrong room, he left. And that's even what Corey said. So like, it was kind of weird, but he was like making it out like the guy was trying to do something to him. And it didn't sound like that. So like, yeah. And then the whole Charlie Sheen thing. Well, everybody knew about that. But the problem you had with that is there was only one thing about that in the documentary that really kind of helped his case. And that was just a couple of emails between him and the other Corey's mom. And again, it's his word against hers.
Yeah.
Because, you know, she could just claim that those were doctored, which I think she did. So it's a real kind of shitty situation for Corey. I mean, I'm not saying he's a liar or anything like that. So don't take I'm saying like that.
Right.
I'm just saying like there was really nothing in the documentary that isn't already public knowledge.
Okay.
Like all the people that he named have already been busted.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. So
it's crazy. I mean, they've been protesting over there in California like all week long, haven't they?
For which thing now?
well, like all all the Save the Children stuff.
Well, it's about time if they are.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's going on. They're protesting over there.
I said this way back with the whole Me Too thing, and that's when I said, "Well, what about the kids?"
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, no, it sounds like that's what a bunch of people are out there doing is protesting, save the kids and stuff.
No, I totally believe Corey. It's just the documentary was made up to be something it really wasn't.
Gotcha.
It was, like I said, a lot of it. And he made it like it was going to be these big revelations, and the biggest news in it would have been the Charlie Sheen thing, but that was already in public knowledge at that point.
Gotcha.
And it's still Charlie's word against everybody else's. So, and even Corey's mom has backed up Charlie Sheen, and that's the only thing that the documentary has is a supposed, and I have to say supposed, email exchange between Corey and Corey's mom, and she acknowledges that there was this incident. Now, there is somebody else who claims that the other Corey told him the story, but again, we have somebody who's dead in this equation. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, you can't ask that person.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a real sticky situation in sense of you want to believe everybody involved it has, you know, their best interest in hand and telling the truth, but you can see where the other side can say, well, it was doctored. Well, this person is just saying that because they're friends with Corey. You know, there's just too much what's the word I'm looking for, Rob?
Disinformation.
I wouldn't call it disinformation. Not enough evidence is the word. Something for that word. I'm trying to. There's a word for it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but there's a lot.
And it's not bias. No, it's not even bias. It's like I said, there's just not enough evidence to really. Like I said, I even have to say alleged, for that specific reason because she has denied it. So
unsubstantiated.
Maybe that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But again, like it does shine. The documentary is still good in the sense that it does shine a light on these things. For sure. But what I got out of the documentary more so than anything is that it's the handlers and the parents.
Mm-hmm.
Because the parents are just turning their, turning away and turning a blind eye, and the handlers are the one who are either the ones doing it or facilitating it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Managers, the handlers, the agents, this kind of shit. Yeah, not so much agents, but more so handlers. I heard, and I always hated handlers for good reason. Oh, I fucking hate them.
Mm-hmm.
They're worse than managers and agents because at least managers and agents fucking get paid better, and they're there for
everything they do is to make more money.
Yeah, like in the
a manager's job is to look out for you, and the managers and handlers usually butt heads a lot. I know that.
Yeah. Well, all I know is that if you have a child in your care, it doesn't matter a darn. It is your responsibility to protect that child at all costs. And I think there's a special place in hell for people that look the other way or allow it to happen.
Absolutely. Well, and that's the thing is this business is not a place for children to begin with. And not to go too down this road, but like that's where I think a lot of this cuties business is, because a lot of people understand that, yeah, the movie is not necessarily about, like, the whole point of the film is that this is a bad thing, but that's beside the point. There's a way you can tell the same story without actually having 11-year-old girls twerking in the movie itself.
Yeah.
Because I remember a lot of people having an issue a few years back with that movie Hound Dog, because which one was it, Dakota Fanning or the other Fanning that was in that? Anybody remember?
Oh, damn!
I can't remember which one, but she was underage at the time, and there was a horrific rape scene in it. It wasn't too graphic or anything like that, but just the simple fact that they made a minor go through that, a lot of people raised eyebrows and asked questions and questioned if whether or not this should be, was it Dakota? Okay, whether or not it should be even anything that's portrayed in a film like that with a minor. I mean, it's one thing like you look at like the teen sex comedies, especially like the 80s and 90s and stuff. Yeah, you had a bunch of guys and women playing teenagers, but they're fucking adults.
Yeah, I was going to say. There's a reason why they usually do have adults playing teenagers, and often it's for that very reason.
And that's a little bit different. Go ahead, Rob.
Well, that and the child labor laws, too.
Oh, yeah, I was about ready to say they don't have to, because there's certain age restrictions.
Well, that's part of it, but let's be real here. And I made this point. I don't really think many people would be as upset at this film if it was about maybe 15, 16-year-old girls. And I'm not saying have them played by that, because you can get, some 18, 19-year-old girls to look that age. I don't think anybody would have a problem with the movie then. I really don't. Like, you don't have to make them so young. Like, I think that's part of the problem. Or if you're going to have them be that young, you can tell the story in a different way that doesn't concern a dance that is clearly something that a kid should not be doing, no matter what the message of the movie is.
Yeah. Well, take it from, maybe tell the story from the parents' perspective, and instead of having the girls in those types of costumes, you can have them in their normal clothes doing it, and then the parent puts a stop to it right away because, it's creepy and disgusting, and then you start addressing the issue, because there are movies that kind of tackle children especially younger kids in a coming of age setting, but it's usually done through the parents' eyes, because that way you can focus more on them and not really exploit the kids. And there's actually one movie that kind of does this. It's got Tom Cavanaugh, and it's called Breakfast with Scott. And basically, he's just an ex-hockey player who's gay, who happens to his husband's sister dies, and he has to start taking care of his nephew. And his nephew's this 11-year-old boy who is, a little flamboyant, a little effeminate, but they don't know or try to address those types of things to him directly, but it's just this kid, it's just them trying to figure out how to be parents to this kid, and this kid trying to figure out who he is now that he doesn't have a mom and whatnot. And he's kind of going through all these different role models, and it's a really compelling, passionate, and very mature film. And it does deal with a little bit with do kids who think they might have a romantic relationship with someone of the same sex or not, and how to deal with that. And it's basically not so much telling the kid what to do, it's just encouraging them that they're going to grow up and figure it out as they go, as opposed to telling them right now, like, this is how you do it. And they don't encourage it, and they don't discourage it, and they don't exploit it in any sort of disgusting manner. It's what a parent would do whenever their kid at any age starts to have questions about, relationships of any nature. It's like, okay, well, this is our example. This is what's known more widely, but you got to figure that out for yourself. And that's kind of like the story. But from what I've seen of this film here, it's trying to do that, but it's doing it from an opposite perspective. And it's also trying to do it like it's a teen comedy type thing. And it's just done without any tact, tone, or consideration of what is of the broader picture of things from what I can tell.
Right. Or you could even like use something like a beauty pageant where you can have the child in certain situations that aren't necessarily sexualized, but you can have the adult characters doing something like to where you like another adult understands what's going on without having the child necessarily being involved in that process. But again, we can get into 100 different scenarios. Thanatos Felicitas sends us a $10 super chat, says, are they adults? Are they consenting? If any of these are no, then I have a problem with that. Twerking is the only way it could be more about sex is if it had a done right. Sorry, I misquoted that. Twerking, the only way it could be any more about sex is if it was done next to a pole. Exactly. And some of the people that I've seen defending this are defending it like it's Footloose or something like that. There's a
seriously, that's terrible.
That's a huge jump, man.
That's the thing. Jump. And I mean, even Mage Grey Wolf says that girls range from 14 to 12, but that's still not the point. They're still underage. Like, I did say. Yeah, I'd even equate this almost as close to the situation where the stunt girl died on Deadpool 2. There's no reason for that. We have computers now. Like, this kind of a thing shouldn't happen. Just like, you can find ways of telling these stories. And I'm not trying to censor, just to be clear, because that's a lot of people are trying to say is I'm like trying to dictate or whatever. It's like, no. That's where the creativity has gone away. Is you can tell these kind of stories without doing this. Like you can, because I'm trying to think of it. There was some movie back in the day, and a kid was in it, and it was rated R, but the parents wouldn't let the kids see the movie, and the people making the movie made sure that the kid was not on set for anything other than what they were supposed to be. I'm trying to remember what movie it was, but that's the way these
science fiction film from Germany that was just recently done.
No. This was years ago. This was like the 80s or early 90s, something like that. I'm trying to. It's a pretty popular movie, and I'm trying to think. It was like an R-rated horror type movie, or
was
something.
It,
or other.
There's
that had a lot of violence or something in it.
With Richard Dreyfuss where the kid could impersonate anyone's voice.
No. And
the kid was also abused in that, but like.
No, I'm trying. No, it'll come to me at the wrong time. But yeah, basically the way they treated that situation is like that's the way these things should be treated. Is it The Shining? I don't think it's The Shining, because maybe it was, but I thought the kid was pretty present for a lot of that. But maybe that's what I'm thinking of. It could be.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean you're right though. It's common practice that's what they do with kids. I mean, they'll like do close-ups of them and show the kid shot, but then the kid doesn't actually see it. And I think that one thing that strikes me is that scene from Game of Thrones when Brandon, the little boy, is coming up and seeing the two siblings. And it's pretty clear. You just see the boy coming up and you see him look in and you see him like react to something, but it's very clear that he's not actually looking at what it cuts to.
It could be The Shining. The more I think about it, William might be right.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Spielberg brought in like a couple of actors in like big stuffed animal costumes and whatnot to get those reactions out of that 3-year-old in Close Encounters.
Yeah, there is that too. But no, I mean this isn't even something I really wanted to get into anyway. So, because I know Andre doesn't plan on really doing anything about it, and he figures everybody else has pretty much covered it. No, Adam, I think William was right. I think it was The Shining, now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for the $2 super chat. We appreciate that. Vanna White over it. That's how I. Well, and that's the thing is, and the last I'll say about this right now, outside of a few things, is like these are the same people that are like a lot of this. Now, not all of them, because there's actually quite a few people on both sides that are agreeing with this, being a bad idea from the start. But there's the people, some of the people that are defending it are some of the same people who feel like things like Gone with the Wind and Flash Gordon and Bill and Ted need fucking warning labels.
Mm-hmm.
Such a
Maybe
joke.
put a warning label on this one that it glorifies pedophilia.
Exactly.
Well, and somebody brought it up in the chat earlier too, and I didn't get a chance to bring it up. Then I'm sure I can find it here if I look. But like, yeah, when 4chan is not even allowing you to put, here it is, John Penn. When you realize when 4chan is banning clips, there's a problem. Like. And Andre was trying to wrap his head around this because over there, all he's getting is some of the foreign stuff. So, like, granted, like they're doing let me put it this way. The way I got it from him, like almost all the stuff they have over there, none of it shows any of the twerking. Like he was trying to figure out what the deal was. And I had to show him that poster and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whatever trailer you're seeing must not be the one we've got here. Because like, I've heard so much shit. I haven't even watched that damn trailer, but I've heard more than enough about it.
Yeah, I'd have no interest.
Yeah, and whoever saw that poster, and they're trying to say, "Oh, sorry about the poster." She wasn't the poster, but whoever even saw that,
It was a way to try to distract people. It was like,
but even so, it's like really Netflix. It's a big company as big as you. No one saw that poster and said, "Oh, that like looks perverted." They knew it, but yeah, they were trying to distract. Of course,
they were just hoping people didn't say anything about it. They were hoping it would just go in there, and that would be that.
Yeah, and sit there. I mean, don't try to gaslight us and say, "Oh, sorry about the poster, idiots."
I'm not familiar with the Bechtel test. What's that?
It's a BS test where two women are in a scene and they have a conversation that does not revolve around men.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha.
That was mostly sarcastic, and people took it way too seriously.
Well, again, I made this point to a few people. I'm like, we can make a movie about a murderer without actually murdering anybody. Mm-hmm. I think they can make a movie about this kind of stuff without actually having kids twerking.
Yep.
I think we can find a way around that. It's just a simple practice of trying. And even Andre being, he's from another country and he's like, he doesn't understand like how we're so like, he sees a lot of the shit over here as Puritan type stuff. And I told him like, no, this is actually one I got to agree with. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like, no, this is that line. Like, there's a line.
Yeah, this crosses into kids here.
Yeah.
That's like real kids. Like, it's one thing if it's anime characters, which is pixels or video games
And
or
even-
whatever.
yeah.
Like, yeah, that, as long as it's not like a kid. But, because they complain about how young anime girls look and, like the one with the giant chest and, she's very young looking. I can't remember how old that character actually is, but they'll probably know in chat. But that's the problem though, is like these are actual like somebody's parent should have said, yeah, I don't want my kid doing that.
Yeah.
That's a little icky. Somebody should have said, people are gonna have a problem with this. Somebody should have said, you know what, maybe we don't want to put these kids in this position. Maybe we don't want to contribute
Well,
to
it's also a movie made in France, so
That's the thing though, and I get it. There's a certain point where the line has to be drawn though between, just being culturally sensitive to other countries, beliefs and systems as opposed to, what's morally right or wrong.
The thing that I kept seeing is that they were upset with the fact that of the director is a black woman, which, of course, my brain goes to, all right, so you've got a bunch of 11-year-old girls twerking. It probably is somebody who looks like Harvey Weinstein behind the camera somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. That's, I think, what a lot of people assumed. Nobody's complaining. Like, I think most people who complain about this are probably unaware of who directed this film.
No, I figured a woman would have directed it, but that's just because of the content. But I just think, like, once I found out it was a French film, that made a little bit more sense, but it's still the simple fact. And that's kind of what I had to explain to Andre is like even most Americans find like France and a few other places really lax age beliefs when it comes to sexuality pretty fucking disgusting. Like, I mean, and I laugh because it's more of a nervous laugh than it's just,
Yeah.
I hate sounding like that or a Puritan in any way, because that's the last thing I want anybody to think. I mean, come on, we were just joking about fucking quicksand porn, for fuck's sake.
Right.
No,
I
but
mean,
it kind of it raises the question though, like where did somebody how many people did this have to go through before it got to the public? I think is the question.
That's the big thing too. I think is the biggest thing. Like, when you think, and the thing is, somebody probably did say something, but they're like, oh, well, we can use that. And I don't know if they maybe necessarily figured it was going to get to the point it did. But again, like to what Teresa and a few of the other guys were saying here too, with the whole apologizing for the campaign thing, that was more to appease the filmmaker than anybody else, because she was griping about it.
Yeah. Well, and somehow it had to win that award too. It's like, ew.
Yeah, the guys voting for the award, one of them just got busted for fucking trying to diddle girls. So there you go.
Yeah, it was the guy who runs Sundance, right?
Yep.
And the other part too is that the advertisement for this movie, in my understanding, the subject matter of this movie is not even like obviously stating like this is wrong. Like every character in this film that we should be watching and identifying with should be outraged and saying, no, this is wrong. We cannot allow this to happen. Like, that should be the conflict of the film, is that you have this troop of young girls that are doing this twerking stuff.
It is actually script, but
well, the parents of the one character are like that, but there's apparently we're not really seeing them that often, is my understanding.
Well, and they're showing it as like crazy Muslims. See, that's the other thing. I thought it was.
Well, yeah, they're putting it from like
insensitive.
no, the parents are in the wrong in this case, as opposed
Yeah,
to
exactly. Yeah, and they're saying, and they're conservative. Look, from what I saw from the trailer, conservative Muslims with the hijab and all that, and they're the ones complaining about it.
From what I heard
like,
at the end of the movie, that we do find out that the conservative ones are right, because the girls wind up in positions they shouldn't be in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that part of the film, fine, whatever, but you can still tell that kind of a story without putting girls into that position in the first place. Like,
and the trailer does not portray that.
No,
and that's just the thing. Is like, did they really think that they could put out that trailer? It just seems so tone deaf to me, because just from an advertiser's point of view, you want people to watch it. And how fucking tone deaf is this to come out with a trailer that looks like that and a poster that looks like that right after all this Epstein stuff?
right? And you
Really?
almost made Teresa swear. That says something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
John Penn says if he said the wrong one, he means the DOST test or DOST test.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not familiar with that one either. And yeah, they did.
It's not ringing any bells.
And Bad Bunny, what the fuck is twerking?
Oh,
Twerking. Okay, here's the other thing, because I've heard a lot of people, like, they were trying to use the argument, oh, it's a cultural dance. Da 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 da. Even a bunch of black people are like, the fuck it is.
No, just let the girls do with the dance at the clubs.
They're like, that shit didn't start to happen until the 2000s, and then, like, I'm sure a lot of them are thinking, boy, that shows what some of y'all think of us, huh? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Bunch of racists,
right?
I think, as from my understanding, twerking's only been around for like 4 or 5 years.
I said the early 2000s. I think I remember the whole thing.
Miley Cyrus started doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hannah Montana when she
fucking. I brought that up too because I brought out an article where she flat out said she felt sexualized because of that. So if you're telling me that these same people who, because remember, everybody was making a hubbub about that, remember? And if you actually have a woman saying she felt sexualized because of that, these same people who are defending this shit should not be, because they should be saying this is wrong too, because a woman herself said that it was something that made her feel sexualized and like an object. So what are you doing to these kids? No matter what story you're telling, I don't give a shit. Because that's where you get to the point, because when you're in the making of a movie, I guarantee you it was not a situation where these girls were told every damn time they're doing this shit, like, by the way, you're not supposed to do this kind of thing. This is a bad thing. Or this is something that, or not so much a bad thing, but this is something that kids don't normally do. Right? No, they were probably told, have fun with it, do this, do, because script, you know what I'm saying, because you've been on sets and shit.
There's some choreographers out there that are really, really pervy. That is dance choreography specifically that I've met that are just like, yeah, can we get them to leave? Because and this is how they treat like adults and stuff. Like I've encountered a few of them. They're just weird. I don't know what it is about them. I don't know why they behave the way they do. But yeah, dance choreographers, they've got some screws loose upstairs. That's for sure.
Well, like you're talking like
I'm talking like they throw some certain language around. They like to do a lot of allegory. They will be dirty with how they present what the emotions between the partners that they're choreographing are supposed to be. And yeah, like there are more cognizant actors I've seen respond to it and be like, yeah, that's kind of inappropriate. That's not what we want to do. But they're getting paid. They're trying to be professional. They're trying to reconcile that with the person they're with. And then there's others that are just super excited to be there and they don't even really register what's being told to them. And then on top of that, sometimes you have the first AD and the director who just don't even get involved because they're busy doing something else. And they're just like, okay, we're getting the scene set. Go talk to the choreographer for however long you need for that. Then they're going to show us the stuff. Then we're going to shoot it. They're not even like aware of what's going on with that language. But I mean, I've been there as a script supervisor, as an assistant and whatnot. And I hear this stuff and I'm like, that's freaking creepy, man.
Yeah.
well,
And Natalie Portman's married to one.
That's Holly weird for you.
Yeah.
Adam Wolford sent in $10 just right before France had ruling over age of consent, but kept it at 15. They wanted it to go lower, but the courts ruled against it.
Ew.
Then this trailer come out. I just think BS meter went off. And here's the thing. Some of these countries' laws I can understand because we've been in a situation where, like, in the past 100 so years, things have changed quite a bit. Life expectancies have gone up. The workforce has changed. Women's roles have changed a lot in a lot of cultures. So, like, a situation where a 15, 16, 17-year-old getting married, 100 years ago as opposed to now, obviously they're two very different fucking things. But if you have not updated your laws to this point, then yeah, there's something wrong. Because there's pretty much no place on the face of this earth that is really like this anymore, unless they are so fucking overboard with, the whole like forced marriages and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's no excuse for it at this point.
It's like, find yourself a chick that's 18 and over. How hard is it? Crying out loud.
Well, for the most part, they're either crazy psycho SJWs or they're taken, or they don't put up with some of these pervs. I mean,
yeah, and that's, I think, the whole point is that they're a bunch of friggin' perverts, and they keep outing themselves because
it's all Hollywood. I mean, look at why they're so anti-sexist, racist stuff, because that's how they treat these women and, even people of color. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that people like Ray Fisher and, and people get attacked for their race or their ethnicity or their orientation, rather. I mean, look at what Cameron Pasha says, right?
Yeah. Well,
whatever. Go ahead, Teresa.
Well, I was just going to say, it's the old rule that you know what they're believing and you know what they're doing by what they accuse everyone else of believing and doing.
Oh yeah. I mean, look at that one tweet I said about Lashana Lynch, about why does every photo of her look like she's at the fast food place working the fryer, waiting for the guy to sell her weed on the grill, And they're like, you're a racist. Why? How is that racist? Like, I've worked fast food. Like, do you assume that only black people work fast food?
Yeah. So at what point are they the racist?
Yeah.
They show it at every turn.
Oh, God,
Orcs are racist. Like, I wish I could show up, but that video gets claimed every time. The one with the comedians where they're like, it's a SJW with a
pause it through every, don't play it. Just
SJW versus the white supremacist.
Yeah.
I don't know if Teresa's ever seen it. She may have. I'm sure everybody else here has.
I believe in the same things.
It's funny as shit, though.
Yeah, where like the racist guy and the SJW think the same thing. They're both for segregation, and they both think white people are superior.
I think we've made
black people are
super
inferior,
chats.
Special treatment.
I know the one you're talking about. Okay. Yes, I have. I've seen that. It's great.
Okay, it's hilarious. Yeah, I'm sure everybody here's seen it out there in the chat too, right?
Oh yeah,
everybody. Yeah, because if everybody has, I'm not going to show it. So
it's so frustrating though that like how these people just think and it's like they never think on their own for 1 minute that what they're doing is possibly actually wrong. You know, they're so quick to be like, this is wrong. But you know what? You're doing stuff just as racist or even 10 times more. I mean, look at every character on Star Trek. They're all drug addicts or just absolutely horrible, bad mothers, bad parents. Like, are you kidding? Like every character of color. The gay guy got killed first, you know, practically. Like, they keep doing that every chance they get in all of these shows. I mean, look at Batwoman.
Oh yeah.
What did they do? They just put her as a homeless drug addict who lives in a van by the river and talks to plants.
And isn't she a cat lover too?
Who knows anymore?
Yeah, like crazy cat lady stereotype.
Yeah.
Catwoman lover, maybe.
Oh, this is great.
Way to lean into the stereotype, guys.
Or the one like the SJW that was arguing on your stream the other day.
Which one? Oh, in the chat.
It was some
they went to Twitter or whatever.
Yeah, saying that you guys only you only like the straight white male characters on the show.
Yeah.
Other than, you know, Cyborg, but you know, it's like, okay, who the hell's counting colors? You know, maybe stop counting colors, or maybe don't write the only characters of color as shitty. You know, don't write them as annoying. You know, are you trying? It's like it's bait. It's like they do something just so you can complain about it. Just look at Fat Wonder Woman, that picture. I mean,
I actually saw a woman that looks just like her on the street today. I was going to take a picture, but then I realized, no, that's creepy and wrong, so I'm not going to do that. But it was uncanny.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. But hey, when we see a superhero, we want to see a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
somebody who looks like they can rescue me, not like I'm going to have to rescue them.
Exactly.
Yeah, not a portrayal of a weak person with garbage art. I hate that art. Is just terrible.
It's hard. Well, it's terrible on so many different levels.
You see, and that Star Wars girl fixed it.
Yeah, a lot of people did, and all of them were way better than.
Oh yeah.
There's that one with the '80s where she's got like the shoulder sweater and the big hair. That's my favorite. That was totally in line with '84.
Woke and racist are the same.
Well, that's what you get when you hire Tumblr artists.
You've seen this, haven't you, Rob?
I don't think I've seen this. Play it.
Really?
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
All right, well, fuck it. It's worth the claim.
Then you can kind of read what they're saying.
Who cares? We'll take the claim.
When me and Brad first met, I didn't think we'd get along, but turns out we kind of agree on everything. Your racial identity is the most important thing. Everything should be looked at through the lens of race.
You owe me a Coke. We both have a lot of opinions about people of color, even though we barely know any.
I say colored people, but as long as we're classifying them, we both think minorities are a united group. We think the same and act the same.
And vote the same. You don't want to lose your black card. Sorry, I don't know. I just think we should
roll back discrimination laws so we can hire based on race again. Jinx, now you owe me a Coke. Hey, tell them what you told me yesterday.
White actors should only do voices for white cartoon characters.
I've been saying that for years. Stick to your own.
Us white people, we have so much privilege.
I agree. It is a privilege to be white. Ask him about interracial dating.
All I said is that black men who date white women have internalized racism, and white men that date ethnic women are fetishizing them.
Guys against interracial dating now. Like, am I being pranked? Did Boomer put you up to this?
Jesus.
Am I being pranked?
You guys never seen this, Robin?
Nah.
Lords?
Nah, I never seen this.
Oh wow.
Ugh, you know that taco place is white owned?
White people should be making white foods like Kraft macaroni and cheese, no seasoning, not even salt. Like, he's a mind reader. I mean, I've been pushing for segregation forever, and my man does what?
I created an improv comedy show exclusively for ethnic people.
Guy segregates comedy on my birthday.
White people need to stop wearing dreadlocks and they need to stop appropriating black people's music.
Shaved heads and country music, the way God intended.
You know all white people are racist.
I'm listening.
Even if you have a black wife or a black friend group, you're still really racist.
We just kicked a guy out of the organization for having a black girlfriend, but if you can promise me he's still really racist, we'll consider letting him back. Black businesses.
I guess the only thing we really disagree about is I think white people are the root of all evil.
But what did I tell you, though? If we can narrow that down to a certain group of tiny-hatted white people, I think we can come to an understanding.
technically, I don't consider Jewish people white.
Neither do I. But we're still cool with interracial cucking, right?
Yeah, as long as you pay for it. Sex work should be celebrated.
Nice way to end it there. That was great. That was brilliant.
Oh shit, it's so true.
It is. Like, they don't even realize how racist they are, and then they just and scream. You know, like, they call you white supremacist because you're a white person. Like, do you not understand what that means?
Yeah.
They literally sing that just because you're white, you are a supremacist.
Oh, I know. I love it how many times we've been stopped in life and on Twitter and here and there and everywhere on things, and they're just like, you do realize you're being racist because this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, because I wasn't thinking that way until you just brought it up. You know, it's like,
no, I'm not. I don't see the world in race like you.
Like,
exactly.
I'll give you an example here, because at the brewery I work at, we have a beer called Bitch Slap. Okay. Now, you guys know what a bitch slap is. It's an act that anyone could perform on anybody, right? So a feminist group came out against this branding we had and said that they didn't like it. They wanted it removed. So they were associating the term bitch slap with women. So I'm guessing the word bitch associated with women. Who's the one who's being sexist there? Nobody is singling out women on our end of the deal thing. Nobody's like saying, this is derogatory towards women.
I call men bitches all the time because it's more insulting.
Right. Exactly. So, you know, my point being is they're the ones who are associating women with the word bitch, not us. This is how far they stretch, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like look at all the preachers and all those weird creeps who are always anti-sex. They're always the most degenerate, you know. Those are always the most, like, they always have the most insane, you know. And they picked up the guy, a hooker who was a transvestite in the back of a thing and had him pee on him or whatever. That's like always the case with a lot of these sort of like super religious or super, you know, pure. Those sort of people.
Well, it all boils down to the smeller's the feller.
He who smelt it dealt it. That's the
There
rule.
we go. That's another one. Yeah. Okay.
That is the
And
meaning of
Tom,
life.
I actually have to head on out now, but thank you so much for having me on. I
All right,
enjoyed
Teresa.
the conversation, and everyone else. It's great to always talk to you all. Like Nice Swords Board and Mech, always a pleasure, and Rob and Script Doctor. Yeah.
Be good.
Take care. It's always fun to hang out with
Great
you.
talking with you again, Teresa. It's been a while.
Yeah. Thank you. It's great to talk with you all. May the force be with you always.
And also with you.
Bye.
I'm like, why did I even worry about like watching all this DC crap today? They're just doing encores all night long.
Well, of course.
I
it's all
didn't even
gonna be
bother
on.
because I just don't care.
That's why like everybody's all freaking out about the one being released earlier, leaked out earlier. It's like it's just going to be online later.
Yeah.
Like,
I think a lot of people were they were trying to get it out. Obviously, you couldn't put that reaction out before they dropped it because then they would just remove it. But yeah.
But y'all don't say that.
I don't say that. Yeah, I don't say that. But yeah. Oh, DC. I'm not sorry. Sorry, I'm not supposed to say that.
it's all good. I was talking about the other thing too. It's like you don't say it. You can't say it until it's out. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But no, yeah. That's. I mean, you're right. It's all going to be out later.
I fucking hate embargoes. They're dumb.
Yes.
Oh my god, I don't understand this shit. And then the time they gave me for the Bill and Ted embargo, it makes no sense whatsoever because
What
it's like
time's the embargo?
it's literally like an hour before the movie probably drops.
Okay. Because I
Like,
see the movie on Wednesday at the Alamo Draft House in Denver.
okay, see, so now why the fuck can't? Okay, I'm gonna email him back then. If that's the case, what the fuck? Because then another thing I'm pissed off about is all the interviews that I've watched with like Rolling Stone, Collider, all these other places. They're talking about how they felt about the movie because they got to watch it too the same night I did. That was the press screening, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck? Why are they able to say what the hell they feel about it? So I'm gonna email them back and find out what the fucking deal is here because the original date they gave me just seems totally wrong. I mean, I haven't seen any legit reviews, but if they're sitting there saying it in the, you know, I mean, and I kind of said how I felt about it in my interview with him too, but it was understood that part of the interview or whatever was supposed to wait until the embargo lift.
Well,
At
make
least
sure when you
those are my
email them,
understanding.
cite the link the websites that show that violation.
Well, I know for sure it was Rolling Stone was one of them because I just watched that yesterday when they were talking. The one guy was talking to Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves. So I was like, well, what the fuck? Why can he say it? And then the Collider one, I think somebody said something about how they felt about it too, just one part. Where they're like, oh, that was so cool when this and this and that happened in the movie, and I loved it when this happened, or something like that. And like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you should link that in your email and be like, yo, what's going on here? Like, what can I have more details with regards to this embargo thing?
Well, I've been trying to hear back from them about
there's
this
two
press
theaters
screening or the critic screening for the rest of you guys.
Well, there's two theaters in Toronto that are screening it Wednesday night at midnight.
All right. Well, see, that's I gotta find out.
Yeah, because it was Wednesday at 8, I think, or 10, maybe. Let me look. It's
because the embargo doesn't lift till the 27th. If it's being publicly shown before then, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Not unless the advertisements on the theaters are wrong. Because again, these theaters are just opening up like this month.
No, if you said it and
Showtime
Mecca said the same thing Wednesday.
Yeah.
Let me look. Because I clicked on, so they have that mobile game. And so I clicked on that. It said buy tickets. And I'm like, okay, where's it playing? And it's
I
playing,
care, Jesse, because I've already fucking seen it and I can't talk about it.
Uh-huh. Screening, learn more, be one of the first. All free screening today. The 8/22. So that's where I'm going to be today.
Where is that?
There you go. Yeah, today and then Wednesday, 8/22. It looks like.
All right, I'll email him right now.
It's all free screening, select seats for Wednesday. Next available Sloan's Lake. Yeah, it's looks like 8/26 is when you can look at it. Or you can watch it. It's 7:30, the 7:30 showing in Denver.
Apparently, there was a 6 p.m. one also that was sold out.
But yeah, they're playing on Wednesday here in Denver. Well, I should say in Denver, here in Colorado. But that's yeah. Well, I would say just email them and see if they.
I just asked.
Yeah.
Well, I won't hear nothing back probably, but we'll see.
Can't hurt to ask.
Rob died.
And it wasn't through a rage fit? Wow.
Oh, you were talking about okay, sorry about that, Jesse. I thought you meant no, I was like, I've been wanting to talk about it, and here's the other thing. I've been getting so much shit in just I've got 2 more parts of that interview to drop. And the third part, I thought I'm not supposed to drop till after the movie comes out or the day of that embargo because of a couple things we talk about. And I think I actually say how I felt about the movie in it. And I've been running against all these fuckers on the thing who have been like, even though I've explained to them the situation, they still want to call me a shill and shit. And it's like, what am I shilling for? What am I getting out of this?
Well,
I've not been able to say how I feel about the movie yet. I don't get anything for any sales that are made on the movie. I have to buy it just like everybody else. I've already pre-ordered it. The only thing I got was an early screening, and I didn't even know I was getting that until what? A couple days before it happened, wasn't it, guys?
Yeah, you were just trying for the interview.
I've been working on getting this interview for like almost 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember.
And
Yeah,
I mean, I've been talking back and forth with Ed, but I mean, there was never any kind of deal made to where I have to give any kind of certain interview to be able to do this or anything like that. So I'm really stretching here. I did not get any goodie bag. I've not gotten anything for free other than the screening. Okay. And that thing was so like I'm fucking, this is why I'm worried about the embargo. Like I am so worried about fucking that up. Like not so much because of how I feel about it, but just talking about it beforehand or saying something I shouldn't. Like it was,
it was just kind of like, hey, Ed, thanks for the interview. Hey, no problem, kid. Hey, have a free screen. Come, why don't you check out the screen.
Well, no, it was like, it was something that was just, I didn't know it was going to happen until the interview was already set up. And then like, I don't remember if it was even a week before I got the email about the screening and I'm like, whoa, okay. I didn't even know this was going to happen.
Yeah, because
like,
you told me you already had a bunch of questions lined up before that. Like you didn't even expecting it.
Yeah, I know. So, like
we've had questions for like the last year. I'm sure he had the a lot of the questions about the daughters from the past year, about how old the script was, which is what I went with on my video from the stream. Where
Yeah.
I'm like, I have been doing research on this myself on this one for the better part of it. And like last year I made a video saying, you know what? I think this is an old script. I think this script's about 10 years old. I think this is pre-woke Hollywood, and I think that it doesn't matter if they're girls now because they weren't specific in Bogus Journey.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're not wrong.
Mm.
And I think I can say that.
Well, you
And I
said it
can
on the
say
air, and I put it in my video for my clip.
I know. Well, here's the thing: is I got to be kind of funny how I say things. I figured out because here's the other thing: is there's been a few different things dropped that since I've seen the film, that now I'm like, okay, does that mean I can talk about that shit now? Since it's out there, because it's out there already. That Kelly is in the character that Crystal. What's her name? Shaw. What's her name?
Oh, yeah.
Spoilers,
Kristen
don't
Shaw.
They'll
If you
spoil
don't
the
want
movie.
spoilers here, plug your ears. But this already came out in several different places.
It was all over Twitter from Bill and Ted's Twitter feed.
On Twitter, then I mean,
Well, the character that Kristen Shaw or whatever plays is
Yeah.
actually Rufus's daughter. That's already out there now. I didn't know I could talk about that until just recently. And there's a big deal about that I know there's more I can't get into. And before you think that detours you, trust me when I say this. I think I can say this, and take this as you will. This movie is a love letter to Bill and Ted fans. This movie is a love letter to how do I put this? George, definitely. That's definitely one thing. It's big fucking love letter to George, and that's why I bring up the character being his daughter, okay? And it's also a love letter to from daughters to fathers. Now take what I just said as you will. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. So remember, even though that there are daughters in this one, it probably would have been redundant had they been sons. Trust me on that one when I say that.
I just freeze framed your smile. I freeze framed your smile. I'm like, this is all you need right here. This is somebody who would be heartbroken if he hated it. So
and I was very meticulous when I was watching it, like trying, and I know there's like 2 or 3 things where areas where people are going to be like, but the way it plays out, because there was a moment where I almost like, I don't know about this, and it brought me back around. Yeah, Death is in it. Yeah,
well, yes,
he's on the poster.
Watching it, I think you're watching it with. Are people going to react or freak to
that? Was you're right.
So you're making mental notes specifically,
and I got like, and here's the thing: except for those few moments, the movie got me going into it to where I can say this much, I think, without saying how I felt about it. I at least forgot about that crap.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: is it doesn't, and that's the funny thing is the biggest question I've gotten has been, is it woke? 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 And I understand that. And really the weirdest thing about it is I can say that there was no agenda that I can tell. I don't think there was. And I played that bit, so I could probably say it anyway, because he flat out said it. This was written, years ago. Plus, if there was a big fucking agenda in it, Hollywood would have been all over this son of a bitch. And nobody wanted to make this movie. So they had to make it themselves. Like, that's literally what happened.
That's what he says, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty valid point.
He's like, there was no other agenda other than to make a good Bill and Ted movie. Because he knew that, and the guys said the same thing on their interview that I watched too. They're like, we weren't going to do this unless it was good.
I mean, what's Keanu need to make Bill and Ted for?
Right.
Alex Winter directs things also.
Oh, he's one of the producers and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but now he's not even an executive producer. He's a hands-on.
No, he's a full-on producer. Yeah, that's what.
Hands-on producer. So every detail, like they know exactly what the fan, like they're on Twitter. They see what we talk about.
It's just not an issue with the thing, and I get it. I totally get it, and because I think I can say enough of this now. Like, it's just. Yeah, they're daughters, but if they were sons, I felt like we'd be watching the same. It would be very redundant, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, because they act so much like their dads, that it would be like it would be like
Be
two
more
guys
like we've
trying to
seen
be
this
Bill
already?
and Ted. Yeah, it'd be like Dumb and Dumberer or whatever that one was with when they're two young guys playing
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. When Harry met Lloyd.
It would have that's what it would have felt like, I think. I think you would have been like, after a while, you're like, okay, these guys are just trying to be Bill and Ted. And it's not working. They're not bringing anything interesting or new to the table. And being the girls is part of it, but it's not everything. I don't know how to say it without giving too much away. Like, they fucking adore their dads. Like, I can say that, I think. Because like I said, it's been said that this is a love letter from daughters to fathers, right? Like they adore their dads in this movie. Like it's not, there's no place in this movie where you really feel like they're trying to tear men down outside of Bill and Ted are just still Bill and Ted, and that's the problem. Like I guess that's the only way I can put it, because like the basic story idea has already been put out there. Like the song's supposed to happen at a certain time, and they haven't written it yet. That's the plot, right? Like, and that's what Face the Music kind of becomes about in a way. Like, that's the whole idea is, and it is a sequel to Bogus Journey. So all those people out there who are like worried about this and that and the other, it does make sure that everything that was addressed in all of those end credit headlines, that's the word I was looking for, headlines.
Yeah, we know Death is in it because he was announced a year ago. So
oh yeah, Death's in it.
It was always my favorite part of Bogus Journey.
He's the best part of this one. I'll say that much. There's a couple of his scenes are already out there. So the hopscotch scene and shit like that.
Of course, they're gonna put him in the trailer. See, now that's what they should have done with Ghostbusters. If like they're in that, they should put them in there. That's what I'm worried about with Ghostbusters.
Well, that's the thing you also have to remember is this movie is written by the same guys who created Bill and Ted. They've been on this thing since the beginning. Bill and Ted are Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves.
10-year-old script.
That plays into it too. But again, I feel like there's just
so no Trump derangement syndrome. Basically, that's the thing.
Well, there's no need for it.
Yeah,
like, I'm trying to say is it doesn't even like factor into the story really. Like nothing like that is a problem. Like it's not even a
politics have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, politics don't even come up. They don't even come up really.
It's focusing on the characters and developing and growing those characters in their story.
Yes,
arcs.
yes. Oh, it's totally character driven. Like you guys have seen all this, a couple of the scenes already, like where they see different versions of themselves and stuff like that. Like, so I mean, you kind of get an idea of like where this is headed in a way. Like it's kind of a
anti-capitalism and all about greed and how.
No, it's not about any of that kind of shit.
I know
that's what I'm saying. None of that shit's in this movie. It's all about shit's gonna get fucked up. Unless Bill and Ted write a song, goddamn it.
Movies that aren't about fucking politics.
And I hate to say it because I think I said it already once, but the song is even more inconsequential than it really is. It's okay. I'm going to say too much, so I'll shut up. Oh, if your dad loves Bogus Journey, then he'll love it. Like, if you loved Bogus Journey, this has the same sensibilities as Bogus Journey in a lot of ways. It's not quite as quirky, but it definitely, well, that's not even true. It should. It is kind of, I guess you could say it is a bit quirky like this. I can't say shit. God damn it. Well, there's that. Well, if you've seen the clip, then you kind of know this part. Time is undoing itself. So like fucking people are randomly showing like historical figures, important historical figures are randomly showing up in different places and shit's getting all fucked up. Like that's part of the plot. And it works though. It's kind of funny how it works. Like time is undoing itself. So like it's all fucked up. Everything's all fucked up. It was just me hitting the floor saying, nobody's at the door.
Tell us, puppy. Tell us how fucked up it is.
She thought somebody was at the door because I pounded my foot on the floor. I probably said too much already. I'm going to have to make this one fucking private.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see it for sure.
It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like Bill and Ted Meet Back to the Future 2 in a way. Like, that's not a horrible comparison. It's not nearly as dark though, really. Like, you got to remember, their version of hell is kind of sweet. So like everything, Bill and Ted just have this sweet natured thing about them. It's still there. They're still Bill and Ted. They still love the princesses. You know, they like the one scene, everybody's seen it already in the trailer, where they go to couples therapy together and they don't get the concept. Like, you know, they're still just the same old lovable guys. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they don't mean nobody no harm, but they're not any dumber than they were. And no, their daughters are not smarter than them. I can't say where that came from, but I understand why they said that, but it makes sense. I can't say it. So, well, maybe I can.
Nah, let's.
Just
only a week away. They're gonna love it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I feel so sorry for you. You're just
Ghostbusters Cobra Kai.
You've got the best secret of all the fans of Bill and Ted right now, and you can't say it.
I compared it to somebody asked, I said, okay, like, because they were saying something or other, and I said, no, think more like Cobra Kai and Creed. And I said, not even like Creed, because Creed is still more focused on Creed. Think more Cobra Kai, I said. And even less of the, more Cobra Kai. Next Monday, Tom won't be here. It's not like I'm gonna go to jail or anything.
The helicopters are coming, bro.
I'm sure. Here's the thing: is like Ed. I'm sure he doesn't even understand that it's embargoed. It felt like he's like, "What do you mean you can't talk about it?" I'm like, "I can't talk about it." I thought he's like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, I can talk about it with you.
Well, I'll tell you what. The second it hits, man, we'll be able to talk about it.
Ted's pretty sweet. He's a sweet guy. Like, you got to remember, Bill and Ted are character. They are Bill and Ted. Him and Chris. So like they have that in them. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, he's like freaked out and went to the left." But
yeah, right. Sorry.
But you also have to remember, like, this is the same guy. We showed the tweet where he's like, what did he say, Mecca? Because he apologized for some of his hyperbolic nature towards Trump, but he's like, Bill and Ted's for everybody, is what he said.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because somebody's like, "Oh, I'm a Trump supporter. I assume I can't watch it."
Yeah, and he's like, "I apologize.
Sorry for going all, too over the line politically or whatever it was."
Right. So he understands that. And there was one point in contention that he brought up because he apologized for a couple things unprovoked. And I think I know why he did. And the reason I think he did is because Collider or somebody like that the day before called him out because of the FA word being used in the movies. And so I feel like he felt like the need to apologize was there.
It was like 1989, that's kind of it was the joke.
And I feel bad because I cut around because I thought I was doing him a favor by cutting it where I did, and I feel like now I've done him an injustice in a way because he does kind of say that. He's like, "That's how boys used to talk back then," and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, I remember it well.
Like, yeah,
and he did go a little bit more on with it than it's in there, but like, yeah, like, and then part of the reason I cut it out is because I'm like, I started saying shit like I sound like I was apologizing for him having to apologize. I'm like, dude, you don't have to apologize for that. Like, it's understandable. It's the beginning of the time. So like, I felt like it was just unnecessary, I guess, but I don't know.
Well, SJWs don't take apologies though. They don't accept apologies. It's like they'll make you apologize. It still won't matter. Look at Robert.
And when you do apologize, it's just they're upset about the way you apologize. So.
And I don't even know if he didn't really even apologize for it, to be honest with you. He just said that now Bill and Ted would never use that word because it's a derisive word.
But see, and that's the big difference between like us, people who kind of grew up with that. And, it's like, yeah, we know better now. Back then you didn't really think anything of it. You didn't think you were hurting anybody's feelings. And as you get older and mature and know more about the world and have more empathy for others and more sympathy for others, then yeah, you understand that. And the whole idea of modern SJWisms where they want to cancel everybody for everything. It's like you can't expect people to come out perfect, You can't expect everybody to come out absolutely perfect. People grow and progress and evolve.
Not Bill and Ted.
Kind of did, though.
Well, no, in that sense, they wouldn't use that word now. But that was the point I think he was making, is if they had known at that time kind of thing, it would have been something. Because like he even talked about the 69 joke. And I think even some people misinterpreted what he was saying. They thought he was apologizing for that. And it's like, no. What he's saying is that wasn't his joke. They put that in, like either the boys came up with that or somebody else did, or it was like Chris's idea or something like that. It was just something he didn't agree with because he felt like it was out of character for Bill and Ted.
It was a little dirty for them.
That's the point, is they're just so innocent and sweet that it's just not a joke. And the original joke he said that was in the script, if you watch the interview, was the joke that's in Bogus Journey. Whereas like, if you were really us, how many fingers am I about to hold up? 3. Oh, that joke. Like that was the one that was supposed to be there, but they went with the other one. And he's like, that just didn't feel right for Bill and Ted. And it really, if you stop and think about it, yeah, they are a little, because like, look at the way they fucking, here's the thing, guaranteed they haven't had sex with the princesses yet when they get engaged. Look at the way they get engaged to them.
Well, I always kind of saw it as like a little bit more of a PG version of a Beavis and Butthead sort of thing.
Well, it is. It kind of is, even though it was years before Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, I know. But they're kind of all in the same vein.
Did you have to head out here, Ords?
Yeah, I got a couple minutes.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say we're gonna probably wrap it up here soon anyway.
Okay, cool.
But no, I think you're right, Mac. I think that's kind of what he was getting at. Was just it's just, and if you watch the there's a whole bunch of them out there now of the screen tests of not just Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter, but other people who are going to be possibly up for the part. And they were doing it more like a Beavis and Butthead kind of thing. So, at some point they had to tell them, no, you got to think of these boys like,
they're puppies.
They're puppies. And I think Keanu took that literally because he had this thing called the Ted hair where he would literally fluff out his hair where it would look like a Labrador's ears. So when he would cock his head back and forth.
Yeah, so his hair would move, it would look like a dog's ears.
Exactly. And that was
no joke, dude.
Yeah.
You just blew my mind, dude. Oh my god. That's awesome.
And that's the other thing is Chris and Ed say they're two halves of the same brain. they both share the same brain.
Girls are too, or Joe and Elizabeth anyway. I think the princesses are kind of two halves of the same brain too, and that's why they worked so well.
Kind of, sort of. There's some very sweet moments in this movie. That's all I can say. All right. Matt G sends in a super chat. Says, what's the best film TV comeback? Is it Cobra Kai? Probably Cobra Kai at this point. Creed's up there. What do you guys think? Until we see Ghostbusters and Bill and Ted, what else is there that's probably up there?
I'd say Cobra Kai.
Yeah, Cobra Kai is really
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah. Yeah.
For that one, that one kind of like the trailer came out of the blue. I was unaware that they were even making it until I saw a trailer. I guess I maybe even forgot about it, or I wasn't doing YouTube then, other than gaming. So once the trailer dropped, I'm like, what is this? Why are they making this? And then I looked at it, I'm like, oh, this actually looks really good. What the crap?
I'm trying really hard to think if there's any other ones.
George Carlin respected? Yes. In more ways than I can tell. I really wish I could talk about it. Because here's the thing, like people are with the whole woke thing. If I could tell you about the movie, you would understand why I say it's not a woke problem. There's no agenda. Nobody's tearing down anything and everybody says, oh, then why are all the people in the future women? That's just because that's what the trailer showed. They're not all women, by the way. I've had to tell people, I don't know how many people that too. There's like 2 other guys there that you can't see.
If it's got your stamp of approval, I'm into it. Just because I know how close you hold these things to your heart, that era of film and pop culture. And if you're saying that it keeps true to what the original source material is, then I'll be there opening day.
Like I said, even in the interview, it comes up in the Bill and Ted one. Here's a preview for that. Like, they didn't write that crap at the credits screen. Like, they hated that because that was like, that was their
That was
biggest.
the editors, yeah.
Yeah, that was like their biggest problem trying to get into this movie was how do they write themselves after all that shit? You know, like, so they had to kind of find a way to do that, and
Well, I can think of a couple of ways you can have fun with it.
it works. I mean, I think you can kind of figure the way that the trailers show it is that they had their moment in the sun, and it just they fizzled out, and they just never kind of reached the heights they were supposed to. It was more so because they, and I think I can say this. Maybe that's more of a bit of the whole that part might be a bit of a comment on how our generation, the Bill and Ted generation, that's where the participation ribbon generation started. Because these people are told that they're, you're going to be this, that, and the other. So you just figure it's going to happen without actually
and
trying.
without having to put the work in, right?
Right. And I think that's a big message in this movie in a lot of ways. So, like, I think I can say that. Like, there's a lot of that kind of an aspect to it. Because they have had success in the film. That's addressed. So, no, unfortunately, Napoleon is not in the film. Didn't that actor just die not too long ago?
Oh,
I could be wrong, but I thought somebody from
they could have got Steve Carell to replay him.
I can't remember if it was either him or the guy who played Beethoven. I think just recently passed away, if I'm not mistaken. I'm apologizing if I got whichever one wrong, but. No, there is historical figures, though. Sadly, none that we know make any appearances. That's one thing that really upset me. But it is what it is.
This is all 80s franchises are dead to me. Thundercats, He-Man, She-Ra.
Thundercats is coming back. Did you see that?
No,
I did not see that. They're coming back.
Supposed to be doing let me see if I can find the thing here.
Not that like garbage crap that they were trying
No. It's supposed to be like serious Thundercats.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the original cartoon from the 80s wasn't all that serious, but it was fun.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be more of a serious Thundercat, not like the fucking Thundercats.
Like how Thundercats were meant to be, not.
Well, there's a 2012 Thundercats that was way too serious, and even though the animation was good and the interpretation was pretty decent, it did not get the legs it needed in order to.
Which is sad because it was good. It was good.
Evidently,
well, yeah, that one had Will Friedle as the voice of the Lionel.
The original series is now available on Hulu in HD.
What?
HD?
And I was about to cancel Hulu. Look at that.
Why would you do that? The Orville's going to be on that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Because I haven't caught many of those.
I saw something about. Oh no, Fan Gives. Never mind. Oh, maybe
I do not want Thundercats Roar. No, thank you. That's garbage.
Maybe I misread this shit. I don't know.
That is just a dumpster fire you want to pee on.
Where is this story? I could have swore I saw that. Maybe I'm wrong. Sorry about
Maybe
that.
they were just talking about Hulu getting.
Maybe that's what it was. That's what I'm thinking.
But no, that's cool, man. I'm gonna pop that up for the kids.
Oh,
tonight.
the Batman trailer dropped. Ooh, whoopity doo.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a reaction to that tonight too, of course.
I wonder if they're just repeating the same stuff. They're going to make it dark and serious and push for an R rating. And I'm like, I've seen that too many times, man.
I'm such a consumer whore, man. Not even gonna lie.
Hey, dude, that's cool. That rocks for you.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. I get it. Like, it's like, how many times can we see the same thing over and over again?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of the things, like, when you take a look at the spy movie, I actually enjoyed The Kingsman because it felt a little fresh, more of a fresh take on it, even though it used a lot of the same tropes. It was a different presentation. And, like, I enjoyed that. And I watched that, ended up watching that more than the Bond movie that came out the same year. And I don't even remember what that Bond movie was.
Pretty good. The first one. I never saw the second one. But...
The second one struggled a little bit, but, yeah.
How did they film this much already?
I don't even know where this trailer is, so I couldn't even buy it.
Sorry.
Can we kind of play it a little bit? I mean, they'll claim it since you already have the other claim.
Yeah, I don't want to get pulled down, but
I don't think you get pulled down if it's on official.
Well,
This isn't an official one. This is from somebody else's.
Oh,
Gotham Knights trailer.
No,
Okay,
this
well,
is fucking
are you about
Batman,
to
and
are you
this
about to
is
play
real.
this?
Yeah, this is fucking real, and I didn't put the sound on.
All right,
This is
I'm
the
gonna
real
close
trailer,
my
man.
eyes. I'm gonna close my eyes.
This is totally fucking real. Where the hell is it? There it is. All right, here we go.
I'm gonna close my eyes.
It's not the best of quality.
Oh boy. What does that say?
No more lies, I think it said.
Your secret friend.
Oh, come on. Oh.
Batman's just hanging out with the cops.
Having a clue.
Is he? Oh, for
Yep.
Let's play a game. Just me and you.
So the Joker's gonna be back.
No, it's the Riddler.
Okay.
yeah, because we know what's his name.
Come on. Pause it a second. Batman is hanging out with the cops. I mean, that's
gonna go over well with your.
Well, this early in his career, that's kind of weird. Because there's a scene in Batman the Animated Series, the killing the Joker fish episode, where Batman does break into a cop security thing and then kind of hangs out with him a little bit. But that's after like years of Batman being around.
But he has enemy. He has a lot of enemies on the force. Harvey Bullock. You know, I mean, even. Oh God. All right, continue. Tom.
The '60s TV show I could understand.
And you know what? And the whole thing.
Well, they're duly deputized in the '60s TV show. I don't know if that's the case here, right?
And the using of Nirvana's under the bridge.
Oh, that's
I wasn't even paying attention to that.
Well, it's Warner owned.
You're becoming quite a celebrity.
is that from?
Oh, for crying out loud!
Why is he writing to you?
So I said, you can tell this is not like a fan-made trailer. This is real.
Yeah.
If you are justice,
yeah,
please do not lie.
Yeah, the motorcycle.
What is the price for your blind eye?
So they made the Riddler into.
Bane.
I was just gonna say, yeah. That's not Pattinson. That's not Pattinson.
This just
it's also showing I'm disciplined.
Hang on, we just. Oh shit.
I'm vengeance.
I'm vengeance.
Oh, he sounds like a fucking.
He sounds like Bale.
I'm vengeance.
Not even. He's just talking.
Okay, Twilight.
I'm vengeance.
Okay, Twilight.
Pick up! I hit the nail.
I don't know.
That was Keanu.
This looks like Batman Begins again.
Yeah.
Am I missing something here, chat?
Oh, it's gonna impress the dumbasses.
Well,
It's 24% different Batman.
What the fuck? Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, the
Did they put him on a throne?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Is that just fan art, or is that just?
I hope that's fan art. What the fuck?
Oh, they definitely digitally altered his face on this.
The question mark thing, they did all that shit with Batman Forever, guys. Come on. Get original here.
No, it's Matt Reeves. It's Matt Reeves. He's a disciple of J.J. Abrams. He can't
Well,
be.
fuck. What sucks is his fucking Planet of the Apes movies were good. They were good. They were really fucking good.
Hey, this still might be good. It just has the worst trailer. Because sometimes a bad trailer can denote a good movie because they save all the good stuff not for the trailer. Sometimes
It looks too much like Batman Begins.
Well, especially during that stairwell zipping up thing. That's just the opposite of him dropping down.
All right, let's
from
see what the
was in Batman
chat's saying
Begins.
here. They're like, I can't take it seriously, says John Willis.
Yeah,
Um,
it's still he's Twilight.
Crash the Universe. It's the same movie, right? Might as well. The Bat of Thrones. Very Game of Thrones. He said I had a sex change. Zack
very
Snyder
Game
ripoff. Like Corona. Yay, another movie. He-Man just says he's high.
It's a movie we must consume.
It's Batman Begins. It's year. I think he's supposed to say year 1.
Year
but it's actually
exclamation
supposed to be-
mark.
yeah, it's supposed to be year 2. I think is the whole thing still too.
But the fact that
Meme after meme after meme.
Yo,
fact
sorry.
Okay, I know you got to get rolling here. So, oh man,
the fact he's
oh
just
man,
hanging out with the cops just kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel realistic.
It doesn't feel earned, actually. That's the part, right? Like, if they can make it so it feels like, yeah, okay, the cops are comfortable with the Batman right now, but like, you can't really do that at your opening movie. Like, not unless you're. No, it's really hard to do that as your opening part of the movie, because I don't think Gordon's a commissioner in this version. I think he's still like a captain or a lieutenant or something, right? So
I think Matt G hit it on the nose here. It's a bit redundant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, this is maybe I should download the trailer because it's probably gonna go bye-bye.
It'll be up officially. That's why I didn't worry about getting the Justice League trailer. It'll be up officially.
Let me down. I'm gonna.
Are we even still live? I'm surprised.
Yeah, still live.
Yeah, we're still good.
Aye. All right, folks. I know Ords has got to get out of here. We've been going a little longer than I planned. Wait, isn't Script isn't Sporking News doing his thing right now, or what time's that?
In about 30 minutes or so, yeah.
Oh, 30 minutes? Has he got a link for it yet?
I think I've got one here. Yeah, I'll put it in
If
the.
you do, show it and throw it in the
private.
I can finally send him
Oh,
some
you can put it in the
super
regular
chats.
chat. Put it in the regular chat.
Oh yeah.
Just send him a super chat.
All right, head on over to Sporking News' podcast thing here later. Are you going to do anything later, Mecca?
Probably do a game stream later sometime.
All right, Mecca will be doing a game stream later. Are you guys doing anything at all? Are you guys going to be heading over to Sporkings or?
I'll probably be in the chat Sporkings, but make sure you guys stop by my channel tomorrow night where Script Doctor and I are questing in Diablo 2 to conquer Diablo and the minions of hell.
I feel so left out when you guys do that because I just don't do much gaming. If it doesn't have a pack in the title, or
I can send you a link to the
it,
Discord, or you can come on and hang out.
That's
with
about
us.
all I could do is just sit there and make weird noises while you guys.
It is a 20-year-old game, so
I don't care.
This is probably one of the newest.
I like
games
Galaga.
Galaga.
You should do a Galaga live stream, Tom.
Boomer.
I gotta put the
Need
goddamn
radio.
game together. Even though I have like 20 other places I can play it, but still.
Yeah, see, even the dog said get to it.
She just wants to go outside. All right, guys. You have to do about 7 of them. But people were getting cut earlier for showing the Justice League trailer and shit, and like Az was streaming the actual DC fandom thing. I think that's what got him brought down. When are we going to be on with Walton's Brew? Whenever it lines up that I can be on Walton's channel, and Steven knows he's welcome here. I haven't seen him in the chat in a while.
I think
He's been on vacation
Jane.
the past 2 weeks. So.
Oh, is that what's going on? Okay.
Yep.
They were all they're on Jane Theory's channel right now.
Oh, are they?
Everybody's live over there right now. Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody find a place to go. But you can't stay here because Sadie's got to go outside. So,
Puppy.
Yeah. So, speaking of puppies, I think we earned maximum effort puppy tonight.
Journey.
That puppy is straight maximum effort. Get it, dog. That dog is living his best life right now.
She can drive a boat.
Look at that dog. It's happy as hell. I want to be happy like that dog.
All right, folks. Take care, everybody. Do you got some music for me, Rob? Let's do it old school. Rip it up.
Spoiled.
you think this show is terrible, something wonderful happens.
What?
It ends.